It's the DeArmond Ford 2024 kickoff event. Start the new year off right and a new F-150 XLT with up to $11,000 off MSRP. Plus 3.9% for 66 months. New Explorers with $1,750 rebate plus 1.9% for 66 months. New Edges with 0.9% APR for 66 months plus $1,000 rebate. And new Escapes with 1.9% for 66 months. Save big during our 2024 kickoff event at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if this year is anything like last year, folks are going to be coming in early to get things for their houses. What you need is a high-efficient gas insert from Heat & Glow. Come in now and beat the rush, and Heat & Glow will help you out with some special promotions on gas inserts. We'll be doing up to $200 off on our gas metal inserts to retrofit into your drafty old wood fireplace. Come early, beat the rush. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Welcome into Southeast Polk High School, home of the Rams. Tonight's matchup, the Waukee Northwest Wolves visiting your Rams this evening. A top 15 matchup in girls hoops, as we've got the Northwest Wolves ranked number 13. Southeast Polk comes in at number 11. I'm John Schaefer, joined by Dar Danielson. And Dar, beautiful night for some basketball indoors this evening, huh?
Yeah, we got a little warm up out there, but not quite as warm as it should be yet. And we got a pretty evenly matched game here on paper, and it was that way when they played earlier. An 8-point ball game won by Southeast Polk. So when you look at the scoring averages, 55.8, 56.2, two evenly matched teams, two teams trying to find, their way, new players in, different coaching in here and things. And so this should be a pretty good matchup in this girls' ball game.
Of course, Sam Powell, the new head coach at Waukee Northwest, takes over after Chris Guess and his wife Sherry had the reins of the Wolves in their first couple of seasons. On the other side, Southeast Polk adjusting to new head coach Brad Johnson. And of course, both teams have a little bit of size in their roster. You look across the board, and Sadie Moss is the star for Northwest this year. The senior, 6'1", averaging 12 points a game.
Yeah, and then you got Rami Croat, the freshman, who's come on, and she's in double figures. They each have two players in double figures. Alyssa Bartlett leading Southeast Polk, and Ava Solseth leading right there with double figures too. So, again, really similar when you look at them on paper. I think it's going to be, who makes the most mistakes, who out-rebounds, who, gets that loose ball a little quicker than the other team here.
And, of course, similar styles, but Bartlett probably more of a perimeter shooter at 5'6". Yeah. On the other side, Sadie Moss, again, 6'1". She gets the job done in the paint a lot. And I saw this Northwest team in their opener against Johnston. They hung with Johnston until the very end in that fourth quarter. You mentioned the first matchup between these two just being an 8-point game. Keep in mind, that was back in early December. And it's really strange. I've always struggled with Iowa high school basketball in the sense of the Christmas break, teams aren't allowed to go play holiday tournaments. So it's really a tale of two seasons.
Well, it is. It's that first one, especially if you graduate a lot of girls and you're seeing who's going to fill in, and you kind of, but then it gives you a little time to reflect and retool and look at things and where you're going. You see some teams, they come out of that break and they take off. Other teams still kind of trying to find their way here.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of a tale of two seasons when you look at it.
Of course, Southeast Polk coming off back-to-back losses. They lost to number 1 Johnston, 74-46, then Centennial on the 5th, 51-40. The other side, Northwest, they beat Valley 49-42. I'm back on the 11th, and then fell to Dowling by 10. Of course, that was a low-scoring game. But a lot of the teams were supposed to play last week. Snow canceled a lot of games, if not all of them.
Yeah, and that Valley win was – Valley looked like they were starting to get on a little roll, and then they hit a couple speed bumps there, and that was one of the losses. So, you beat a quality team there. So, it's just right now it's Johnston, and who else is going to step up and try to challenge them. I've seen Waukee Northwest, and I've seen Southeast Polk a couple times, and then you see Johnston, and it's almost like shifting into high gear, and you got to keep them from running away from you. So, all these other teams are trying to see who can catch up and challenge them.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to head to break. When we come back, we'll get you tip-off between the Waukee Northwest Wolves and the Southeast Polk Rams.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Hey, you two, we all want to be winners, right? The winning drive comes from choosing unleaded 88, a cleaner burning fuel made from corn. That way, we all win. Now give me some weight. That's the winning drive. Now let's go get some tailgating snacks.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car is on injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible, so bring it here to Westside Auto. I have the team of experts that can fix every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a broken part, or if your car just got its bell rung. We'll do a complete physical to make sure your car is game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get you back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging out there. Move it, move it, move it.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
And welcome back into Southeast Polk High School, again home of the Rams. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on CISN for this broadcast of high school basketball. Again, the number 13 Waukee Northwest Wolves taking on the number 11 Southeast Polk Rams in this girls matchup. John Schaefer, Dar Danielson. Again, last week, I think I was supposed to be on the call for a handful of games last week, and they all snowed out. And I'm just glad, even with the school cancellations that happened today, we get a little bit of hoops.
Yeah, and that's something you get. We haven't had it's been a few years since we had a lot of cancellations, mass like that, but it's been a few years since we had double blizzards.
Same week, over 20 inches.
Yeah, so, and that's something you deal with too, and for the teams, you got to. The one nice thing about basketball, if you have a bad Tuesday, you have Friday coming right up. In football, it's Friday, and then you got to wait a week to come back. But in basketball, you get a Tuesday night. If you have a bad game, you come back on Friday, try to get that corrected. But when you have those interruptions, then it kind of throws your schedule off a little bit too.
Well, and you're going to see schedules start to compact a little bit too as they try to make up some of those games missed, which means a less day of rest. But maybe that helps some of these kids get into a rhythm as they hit this home stretch before the run of the state tournament.
As always, the pep band going here at Southeast Polk.
Teams getting ready for your starting announcement, or starting lineups, and our national anthem tonight as well. Southeast Polk rocking the striped pants as they have traditionally. Waukee Northwest in the blue tonight. They'll be wearing their black jerseys. And we'll take it over to the PA announcer for tonight's starters.
Let's give a warm round of welcome to Coach Samuel Powell and the Waukee Northwest Wolves. And under head coach Brad Johnson,
5'7" senior, number 10, Leah Alhamid. And for the Rams, 5'4" junior, number 2, Zoe Hinn. For the Wolves, a 5'8" sophomore, number 22, Hannah Gillick. For the Rams, a 5'5" freshman, number 4, Holly Clark. For the Wolves, standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, a freshman, number 24, Logan Boyd. And for your Rams, a 5'6" junior, number 10, Alyssa Bartlett. For the Wolves, a 5'9" freshman, number 32, Romy Polk. And for the Rams, 5'6" senior, number 12, Anna Van Cooten. And for the Wolves, a 6'1" senior, number 34, Sadie Moss. And for the Rams, a senior standing 5'9" tall, number 42, Eva Solson. We ask you now, please stand and remove your headgear, face the flag. As the
And we'll head to break now for the national anthem. When we come back, tip-off between the Rams and the Wolves.
It's the DeArmond Ford 2024 kickoff event. Start the new year off right and a new F-150 XLT with up to $11,000 off MSRP. Plus 3.9% for 66 months. New Explorers with $1,750 rebate plus 1.9% for 66 months. New Edges with 0.9% APR for 66 months plus $1,000 rebate. And new Escapes with 1.9% for 66 months. Save big during our 2024 kickoff event at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if this year is anything like last year, folks are going to be coming in early to get things for their houses. What you need is a high-efficient gas insert from Heat & Glow. Come in now and beat the rush, and Heat & Glow will help you out with some special promotions on gas inserts. We'll be doing up to $200 off on our gas metal inserts to retrofit into your drafty old wood fireplace. Come early, beat the rush. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Welcome back into Southeast Polk High School, getting ready for tip-off tonight between the Rams and the Northwest Wolves. And away we go. Wolves win the tip, but it's going to be tipped back to Alyssa Bartlett for the Rams. She brings it up court, and they'll set their offense, weaving high atop the key. Quick kick out, drive, floater by Anna Van Cooten just off the mark. Wolves come up with the board, but that's going to be a jump ball. Possession going Waukee Northwest way.
Yeah, they got several passes off, got a pretty good shot there, just didn't hit it to start out.
And you like to see the pace out of the Rams. That's what they're going to have to do if they're going to want to create in the paint, because Northwest has some size.
Yeah, they got a little disadvantage size-wise, so they're going to have to move the ball around.
A couple players at 6'1" for the Rams as they are in their black uniforms tonight, working it at the top of the arc. Romy Croat there working it across to Logan Boat.
Is that black or dark blue? I don't know.
The
shades of colors they have now in uniforms are.
Thank goodness we're not on a football field here tonight, Dar, because those would be tough to pick up from distance. But Northwest working it in. The three put up and just off the mark, but the rebound going the way of Vogt once again. She's going to reset. That shot clock resets with it. Works it back up top. The three again banks off the iron. But again, Northwest there with the board. That's Vanna Bilic. Bilic working it out to Aliyah Al-Hamid. She puts up a 3. That one does not miss, stretching the twine, and your first points of the game.
Yeah, and good patience there.
Turnover by the Rams. Aliyah Al-Hamid going back to work. Sets things up, and they'll go right back to Romy Crowett. Crowett driving, kicks, and they're going to keep working it inside to the key. Again, Northwest going to try and expose some size, but Southeast Polk doing a good job not letting them work it down low and inside to Sadie Moss, who obviously at 6'1" is a force down there. That's a turnover.
Yeah, running that zone.
Bartlett, the floater, that'll fall through for 2, and we got a 3-2 ball game.
Almost just a little kind of push it up there. Got it to go.
Bartlett, the leading scorer for Southeast Polk, and she's shifty, the senior.
Neither one of these teams going deep in the shot clock early. They're passing around and taking quick shots here, about 10, 15 seconds in.
Sorry, Bartlett's a junior, so that's a lot of excitement there for Southeast Polk moving forward with her. But Rams trying to break the press. A 3 from Al-Hamid off the iron. The board by Moss. Moss kicks it back out. The Hezzy jumper falls through for Logan Vogt. Her first points of the game.
That was nice. She came around, set her feet squared, and popped that shot.
Southeast Polk trying to move quickly in transition. The feed inside to Bartlett. Bartlett just off the mark, though. Wolves taking it the other way. Inside to Moss. The dribble off the window and in for her first bucket.
Seeing the Wolves run a little bit here.
Then they run that press as well. You'll love to see that from Coach Powell. Powell known for that press. Bartlett going to work again outside the arc, and the weave going there. Quick spot up 3 from Eva Solseth, and she hits it. 7-5 ball game. That's a big 3 for Solseth.
Yeah, she's about a 38% three-point shooter, so helps them match the outside power of Northwest.
Al-Hamid hesitating a little bit, gets it inside. The wide open kick out to Romy Crowett. She's just off the mark. And that ball will bound out of bounds. Go back the Rams' way.
Good job of finding the open shot over there. Didn't hit it, but they rotated around as the defense sagged in on them and found that outside shot.
Logan Vogt and Sadie Moss both going to draw attention in the paint, so looking for the open player is going to be key tonight. They got to knock down some shots from the perimeter. Southeast Polk, though, running back the other way. A lot of pace for them, and that will be our first foul of the night. And that will go on Aliyah Al-Hamid. First team foul. Obviously, the foul rules changing with the quarters now. The bonus starting resets every quarter, I should say. Foul count does. Dar, have you noticed it sped things up at all for you?
I don't know if it sped it up. Maybe a little bit. It doesn't seem like we got to the bonus that much so far in the first part of the season.
Al-Hamid off the back iron.
It has made a difference in the close games toward the end.
Certainly has, and we've seen it a few times, but you're right. Maybe case study needed, and Sadie Moss off to the races. Lays it up and in with ease on the fast break. Sadie Moss. Rams resetting up top to Bartlett. Bartlett looks and finds Solseth again. She hesitates. Draws a little bit of a foul there. Another foul, this one on Sadie Moss. The block, her first foul of the night.
I saw that block and then just quickly sprint to the other end. Nobody could catch her.
Moss showing some speed there with her length. The senior as well. We'll work it back up top. Morgan Reese now in the game for the Rams. Down low, Moss with the block and rolls. The Wolves going the other way. Crowett going to slow things down just a little bit. Finds Al-Hamid. They kick it inside to Moss. Moss can't quite handle it. Bartlett fights her off for it. That's a great play by Bartlett, the junior.
Moss, a quick recovery there. They did have it open for second last time down, but Moss got over quick to block that one.
Holly Clark in the key, finds Bartlett. Bartlett drives, nowhere to go though, gets a little too deep, and that'll be another missed opportunity. Rebound going the Wolves' way. Gets it up to Crowett. Inside to Moss, but that's knocked away. Nice job by Solseth there on Moss. Solseth giving about 3 inches to Moss.
I think you're getting a little tired. The movement isn't as much as it was at the start of this game.
And again, some rust for these teams that probably haven't played in a couple of weeks after the snow days last week.
Yeah, you get get a few days off where you're not running back and forth. That was almost a travel there.
Clark to Bartlett, back out to Bartlett here from 3 to Reese up top. Reese hits Bartlett. Bartlett puts up the 3 off the mark. Good rebound there, though, by Holly Clark. Clark just off the mark, though, on the putback.
Well, she was worried about the block herself there and tried to sneak it up under.
Great defense by Solseth once again. Gets the turnover, and the Rams going back the other way now. Up to Reese. Reese working, gets a little screen from Bartlett. Bartlett there, spots up. Off the iron, and Sadie Moss there with the defensive board once again, and we're going to get a foul on Reese. Her first and the team's first for Southeast Polk tonight.
And Bartlett getting a few good looks, just hasn't had them to drop yet.
Got Tatum DeVries now in for the Wolves. Obviously, you might recognize the DeVries name.
Yeah, they have play a little basketball, I think, don't they?
They're pretty good at it, too. Brother Tucker playing for Drake. Dad, well, speaking of DeVries, the lane just rolls out, though. She was wide open underneath. Can't quite get it to go. The broadcaster's jinx there. Bartlett across to Reese. Reese to Hintz. Hintz hits the 3, and we've got a 1-point ball game. Zoe Hintz delivering, and we've got a timeout from Sam Powell. Just a half here, and quick start, 9-8. A couple 3 balls here. Hintz hits her first basket of the night. Live and die by the 3 a little bit right now if you're the Rams with length. Here's another look at it.
Yeah, just rotated all the way back around, and she's there. Nobody comes out. They've been doing a real good job in the paint and sagging in there, but that time left her wide open for the 3, and she popped it.
And I'm sure that's what Sam Powell's talking to his teammates about. Of course, Brad Johnson there for the Rams, too. He's got to be happy, just a 1-point game again. But Powell probably talking to his players, getting that rotation corrected.
Yeah, and then the high guards, if you have, you got height down low, so you can leave them and come out and challenge that shooter and know that you still have defenders back there if they do try to get, if she doesn't shoot and tries to enter it in.
Trust your breakdown as you get out to that perimeter shooter. If she's going to hesitate, pump fake, and try and drive on you, you got to be positionally sound there. And again, 9-8 ball game, 2 minutes to play in the first quarter.
A little pressure by Polk here.
Polk forces a turnover. Very well done by Maddie Maines. Maines into Hintz. Hintz blocked, though. What a block that was, and Wolves heading back the other way once again. Going to get set up in the offense. Vanna Bilic hits the 3, and her first points of the game are going to spark this team. Bartlett coming back up into the half court to Reese. Across to Maines, back to Bartlett, and they're trying to find a way inside. DeVries up top defending, and they're going to run a little bit of a zone here.
Yeah, that 2-3 zone is tough.
Solseth in, just stuffed once again. Well done by Sadie Moss. Sorry, Logan Vogt there.
Yeah, you're going to have to pass a little more to get around that zone.
Nice job inside. That's Cassidy Danberg, the freshman, actually, at 6'1". Sorry, the 2s and 5s getting a little mixed up with the numbers. That'll happen every once in a while. 12-8 ball game. Under a minute to play. Spot up 3, just off the iron for Maines. Off defensive board, gets wrestled away, but shot goes back up, and there is a defensive board for Vogt. Vogt working it back the other way to Bilic. Bilic ahead and looking for the open 3. DeVries hesitates, tries to feed it inside, but turns it over.
That's a tough pass to go across the lane like that.
Bartlett spots up. She likes the spot, hits the 2. And I think she'll take that one all day.
Back to 2-point ball game.
Her 4th point of the night. Under 20 to play. DeVries spots up for 3. She's just off the iron, and Southeast Polk will get one more shot before the end of the quarter. 12-10. Bartlett dribbling it up. Ahead to Maines. Maines into the corner for Solseth. Back to Bartlett. Bartlett trying to work off the screen. The long 3 at the horn, just off the mark.
That would have counted had it gone.
12-10, Northwest leading Southeast Polk through a quarter of play. We'll be right back after the break.
It's the DeArmond Automotive Knoxville 2024 kickoff event. Save big on our last 2023 Ram 1500 Laramie with up to $13,000 off MSRP. Up to $15,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Gladiators. Up to $7,500 off new 2024 Grand Cherokees. And new Jeep Renegades as low as $27,990. Save big this new year during our 2024 kickoff event at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville, Iowa. DeArmondAuto.com.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
And we're back, a 12-10 ball game as we head to quarter number 2. The Wolves with the slight edge over the Rams. And
I think you hit it right on the head there. This little bit of not playing and trying to get back and up and down the court. We're seeing a little bit of red face huffing and puffing on both sides here as they both are trying to push the ball when they can. For Southeast Polk, they want to get it down the floor before the bigs get down there because they've been blocked several times.
Again, the double team. I mean, Northwest has been pressing hard against Southeast Polk, trying to force turnovers, trying to force bad decisions, and looks like we've got an offensive foul call. 30-second timeout, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Southeast Polk taking the timeout there instead of the turnover.
Yeah, I think they called it before she bounced it off her foot in the backcourt because they got it from the bench just in time to save it there, but...
The rush slowly shaking off. Back to your point, Dar. I really do think Northwest, if they get set in their defense like that, Southeast Polk's going to have a hard time penetrating.
We've seen the trouble the size is giving them down by the basket. Now they're bringing that size up top, forming that fence and not letting them get it down low. So they're going to have to pass the ball quick. You can't dribble it into the corner and have the two bigs come up there on you like that.
Absolutely. Morgan Reese going to be inbounding it here for the Rams after that 30-second timeout. Back in we go. Again, a 2-point ball game. Rams trailing the Wolves. Little set play. Easy find into Reese, and Reese gets the basket. Nice job sneaking in after the inbounds by Reese.
Yeah, nice cut in, and she got the ball up and away before the blocker could get there. And we're tied, believe it or not.
The shot goes up, and that's going to stay with the Wolves. Looked like it could have gone off of Sadie Moss's hands, but they'll award the ball back to Northwest.
Bartlett will come back in after a little breather.
Romy Croat to inbound. She goes up over the top to Danberg. Again, Danberg just a freshman inside to Moss. Moss the kick out. Croat for three just rattles away. And another defensive board for the Rams. They're going back the other way and quickly.
Yeah, Vanderwerf a good job of blocking out the taller player underneath for Southeast Polk.
Bartlett to Reese. Bartlett back to Van Kooten. They're going to work it outside the perimeter and see if they can find an open three. Northwest just relentless on the defensive side of things in that pressure.
Yeah, the top two have come up higher now on the ball.
The kick out, Van Kooten, the little floater, and that'll fall through. And the Rams' first lead of the game from Anna Van Kooten.
Yeah, you got to get that runner up over before they block you, and that was a good shot.
Southeast Polk giving them a taste of their own medicine. The steal there by Holly Clark just cannot get it to go, and Wolves will try and reset, but full court press from the Rams. Nice job by Croat to battle through it. Over to Vogt, back to Croat. Romy Croat trying to set things up. Vogt looking inside to Moss. Moss trying to look inside to her freshman big at 6'1", Danberg. Now on the key, nice little move off the window, just cannot get it to go. Rams doing a great job boxing out. They'll go back on the fast break.
Northwest got back. It was 3-on-2 because everybody got back for Northwest.
The three from Bartlett, and that rattles down. Her first triple of the night, and we have a 5-point lead, the biggest lead of the night for the Rams. Croat, the quick shot, just off again. No one there for the board, and Rams going to try and fast break it. Bartlett ahead. Van Kooten looking inside. We're going to get a foul on Danberg. her first of the night.
Yeah, had her blocked out. She tried to come over the top on that.
Both teams running deep into their bench already early on. And again, just trying to get legs going.
Yeah, the pace of this game, they're both trying to get it out and run when they can.
The inbound play out to Hintz. Hintz looks to Bartlett. Bartlett spots up from the corner just off the far iron, and that's a good board by Sadie Moss to slow things down.
And they've definitely kept him from extra shots.
A little hesitation from Billage. She'll kick back out, and that's Logan Vogt for 3, cutting the lead down to just 2, and that's a much-needed answer.
Loaded that one up and got her to go.
Hintz now going to work, directing traffic. She's going to drive. Nice kick. She had the play. We got a foul on the play. They're going to call Logan Vogt, it looks like, for a block. They got her on the push. Second team foul of the quarter for Northwest, who trails by 2. Nice job by Hintz there, driving and really looking for an open player. Vanderwoord, was open, just couldn't quite handle it. Holly Clark going back to work on a drive, tries to kick, but Northwest getting hands in lanes constantly. Bartlett tries to cut now into the key, cannot get that off. And Wolves going to come back, but no outlet there for Vogt. That's a well-done job by Hallie Vanderwoord. She's going to force the possession arrow. It's going to stay with Northwest, but nice job to create the steal.
And she came in and she grabbed the ball. She didn't get the arm or anything, so she tied it up. A lot of times you get a foul on that when you're coming in there, but.
And sometimes you catch your team just trying to run too quickly. All 4 Wolves ran down court. Vogt had nowhere to go.
Pressure again by Southeast Polk.
You know, and with shot clock era, you're going to see more and more of this, and teams are going to perfect it because it's going to force a shorter shot clock once teams do get set in their offense if they can get over the half court. Nice pass inside to Moss. Moss knows she's got a mismatch on Hintz. She draws the foul on the shot. That'll be a shooting foul. Hintz's first of the night.
Yeah, good awareness. She knew she had the height there and was either going to get the bucket or then she forced the foul on Hintz.
Moss will go to the line for 2. 2-point game. She can tie it up with both of them here. She swishes home the first. And she'll try to make it a 2-point play. Again, you got to look for that mismatch if you're Northwest. You get a 6'1" Sadie Moss or 6'1" Danberg, and you get the right switch. It's a tough matchup when you get a 5'4" guard like Hintz trying to guard 6'1".
Yeah, and behind her.
Misses the back half of the 2. But nice play by Al Hamid to step in there. And we have a 1-point ball game. It will be Rams ball. Hintz going to be on the inbound here. Rams get set. Bartlett now will dribble it into the half court. She's getting pressure constantly from Croat there. Now they're going to try and reset. The zone working hard. Looks like they're going man here for Northwest.
Yeah, they switched out of it now.
Moss back up top on the defense, but trying to work off the screen in there. Looks like we got a defensive foul. That'll be on Vogt, her second.
Third team foul here now.
And
halfway through the quarter.
If you're Logan Vogt, you can't afford another one, and they can't. And only a freshman again at 6'1". She plays some meaningful minutes though for this Northwest team. Bartlett for 3, off the dribble, drop match. Hintz is second, and that's a tough ask again of the 5'4" junior guard in Zoe Hintz. So Moss goes to the line for 2. Good crowd on hand here at Southeast Polk, braving some cold weather as Moss sends up her first, and that'll roll through.
Yeah, I looked at the football field over there, a lot of snow on it. Covered over, and
it's a beautiful stadium they have here at Southeast Polk as Moss misses her second.
It is, and they've got three big trophies out there in the trophy case.
Bartlett, another 3, and she is on fire from beyond the arc. 3 straight triples for the junior guard.
Back to that 5-point lead that they had earlier.
Northwest trying to answer down 5, and they'll work it inside to Danberg. Danberg kicks it out, but that's going to be a turnover. Anna Van Kooten with it, and back in transition go the Rams. The shot goes up from Clark just off the mark. Danberg picks it up, tips it out to Croat. Croat going to go back to work now. And Northwest going to slow things down, under 3 minutes to play in this one in the first half.
Southeast Polk starting to get an offensive rhythm, finding Bartlett.
Inside to Moss, the bucket and the foul, the 3-point play possibility for Sadie Moss as they go back to the well.
And that's a good way to find your rhythm. Get it to the big girl inside for the turnaround and the foul.
Ava Solseth picks up the foul, so it'll be a 2+1 opportunity here for Moss. And a chance to cut that lead back down to 2. She gets it to roll home. The away bounce is, maybe Southeast Polk wants that home court bounce on that one, but 23-21, the home team leading the Wolves. Rams up on this one. Of course, they won this one, won the first matchup between these two. Moss intercepts on the cross-court stretch pass, and the quick kick out. Quick 3 from Bilic, and she drops one through. Waukee Northwest back on top. Bilic now has hit 2 from beyond the arc in the first half.
That was a good decision. She could have taken that in, but with 2 fouls, it was smart to dump it back, and you get the open 3.
Quick turnaround 2 there from Solseth off the mark, but the ball goes back to the Rams' way. Solseth going to try again, this time long. Airs one beyond the hoop.
And that time they identified Bartlett. They didn't let her get off another 3. When she got the ball in her hands, they were right there.
Turnover by Croat, but that ball's going to hit off Bartlett's hand, and a great effort there, just a little late. Let's check the replay on it. Here you go, another look. Moss, the steal. She's going to go back the other way, kicks it out. Really wise play. She draws all 4 defenders.
Yeah, she had all those defenders coming back, and you could drive in, and maybe Bartlett stands in and gets the charge, but no, she threw it back out, and they get the 3.
Al-Hamid puts up a 3, just rims around, can't get it to go. Another kick out to Danberg. Danberg going to work it out top. Al-Hamid again. This time she does not miss. Another 3 for the Wolves, and they go up 4 here, 27-23.
A little more time to set the feet and go there.
Southeast Polk maybe getting caught trying to collapse on Moss down low. Again, that size proving dangerous, and if Northwest is hitting from the perimeter, you got to respect it. Rams going to try and answer back, though. But a great steal by Al-Hamid. Now she's going to reset with Croat. Croat dribbles up under 1:30 left in the half.
Well, neither team has had a long run. The run right now in favor of Northwest.
Getting the weave going back up top. Danberg now. She's not going to put up a 3 there at all. Ball goes out of bounds on the Rams. They'll call it. Danberg, is not really a threat from beyond the arc this season.
Solseth was trying to throw that off of Waukee Northwest, but couldn't quite get it done.
Maybe just off the fingertip for her, but here goes Northwest off the set play on the inbounds. Nowhere to really go with it. Let's see if Sam Powell calls a timeout. Doesn't. Croat with the ball now, going to work off the screen. Al-Hamid, the top, drives, kicks. Croat tries to cross over, rolls an ankle, and Bartlett comes up with the steal and laying at the other end. Great hustle, though. Didn't quite get Vanna Bilic there to get back on Bartlett. And that
hand up just enough, to set that shot off.
Love to see the hustle. That ball's going to stay with Northwest. Bilic saving an easy 2. Keeps this a 4-point game, under 40 seconds to play.
Yeah, so Northwest now has a chance to build that lead up a little bit before the half. 25 seconds, so potential for Southeast Polk to get a shot here.
The inbounds play to DeVries. She's looking inside, nowhere to really go. Croat puts up the 3 and flushes it home. 30-23, under 30 seconds to play. Big bucket by Croat makes this a 7-point game. Rams going to try and answer back right before the half. Shot clock is off.
Yeah, they went from a 5-point lead now down 7.
It's been a game of ebbs and flows for both sides. So streaky is high school basketball. The Rams trying to answer back, hand in the Bartlett's face, but an open spot up just off the mark for Solseth, but the offensive board. Solseth again under 10, drives, blocked by Sadie Moss. She says, not in my house and this ain't my home.
Probably didn't realize the clock. She had it one more time. You could probably kick that back out. You don't want to drive in there among the big arms up. Now let's see if they have a good play to work it and get an open shot here. You got plenty of time, 7.1.
7 seconds. If you're Northwest, maybe a foul if you don't want to deal with the shot here. You've got a foul or two to give. Inside they go. Solseth kicks. Reese gets it up before the buzzer, but she is off the mark. And we head into halftime, 30-23. Waukee Northwest leading the Southeast Polk Rams.
It's the DeArmond Ford 2024 kickoff event. Start the new year off right and a new F-150 XLT with up to $11,000 off MSRP. Plus 3.9% for 66 months. New Explorers with $1,750 rebate plus 1.9% for 66 months. New Edges with 0.9% APR for 66 months plus $1,000 rebate. And new Escapes with 1.9% for 66 months. Save big during our 2024 kickoff event at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Hey, you two, we all want to be winners, right? The winning drive comes from choosing unleaded 88, a cleaner burning fuel made from corn. That way, we all win. Now give me some wings. That's the winning drive. Now let's go get some tailgating snacks.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Welcome back into Southeast Polk High School, a 30-23 basketball game. The Rams trailing the Waukee Northwest Wolves as we have a performance by the national champion Southeast Polk Rhythm Mets dance team going on this half, so quite the treat there. But Dar Danielson, let's talk a little bit about what we saw in that first half. Obviously, Alyssa Bartlett being the focal point for Southeast Polk.
And they trailed by 2 after 1, and then they went on a little run and built up the lead to 5 there to start the second quarter. But then Southeast Polk came back and went on a run of their own to build a 7-point lead. And they have pretty balanced scoring with, what do we got, 5 players who've scored there. Bartlett is leading with 13 of the 23 here for Southeast Polk. So they need to see somebody else hitting a little bit. That tall, long arms of Northwest have been a problem down low, and then for a while they were bringing them up. But, they've done a good job and blocking out on defense and not letting Southeast Polk have many second chances.
Well, and we saw, too, for Northwest offensively, that second quarter they really started to work it down low into Sadie Moss. She took advantage of some mismatches, but also winning the battle on the offensive boards was critical, creating some and-one opportunities and getting a Southeast Polk team into a little bit of foul trouble there.
And then Northwest, you had Hamid hitting a couple long shots. Croat hit one, just everybody kind of spreading it out a little bit there in the scoring and making it a little tougher defensively to keep up with them.
So as we head into quarter number 3, obviously if you're Southeast Polk, you want to try and get your speed going, get your transition game going before Northwest can set up in the defensive end.
Yeah, that helps if you get it down, and then if you don't, you just got to pass it more around that zone. Trying to get it inside has not worked real well. You can get it inside, but you're taking it inside to kick it back out for the 3 and hopefully get the open one. And part of the trouble, even if you get it inside, they're having to force the ball up quickly because they're worried about the block. And then we've seen a couple, layups that were hampered by that as they're worried about it, and they missed some shots inside. So the size is a factor, and you beat that by passing it a little more, as you say, and getting out on the break quicker.
Well, we saw that early on as Southeast Polk did build that 5-point lead before the Sam Powell timeout that he called for Northwest. That ball was moving well outside the perimeter, kind of giving the Wolves fits when they're in the man because there's a little bit of confusion. So I think if you're Southeast Polk, you go back to it.
And then we'll have to see here the conditioning again. It's been an up and down. Now we've seen quite a few substitutions in and out, but we'll have to see as we get down late how that's going to all work out. Foul trouble, really not a lot of problems.
Zoe Hintz got a couple late ones.
Yeah.
And then Logan Vogt for Northwest has a couple, but no one's really in jeopardy here.
And we didn't, close as we got, each team had 3 team fouls there in that second quarter, so nowhere near the bonus there with that.
And I thought overall really well called game so far. They're letting them play the right way. A lot of battles for loose balls, a lot of battles on the boards. Southeast Polk's just got to try and play a little physical at the offensive end if you're going to put up threes and not hit every one of them.
Yeah, and you got to – and the trouble is you have to work the ball so fast to slide that zone over, and then they went to man for a while too to mix them up, and trying to get those taller players out of the area down there in the paint is going to be tough.
Avoid the cross-court passes if you're Southeast Polk on the other side, Northwest. I think you just keep doing what you're doing, work it inside out, because Sadie Moss is obviously a force. They're going to collapse on her. We saw that on the fast break. 4 defenders go to her. She kicks it out for a wide-open hit by Vanna Bilic in the second quarter. And I think the more we see Northwest getting into that rhythm, if they're comfortable doing that and Southeast Polk's going to give it to them, it could be a long night for the Rams.
Yeah, they could build that lead a little more here, and they need to find a few more scorers down the line. Solseth, she's averaging double figures, just 3 in the first half, and Hins close to double figures. So need a few more people to step up here offensively.
Absolutely. Well, we'll head to break. When we come back in a few minutes, we'll get you the second half action between the number 13 Waukee Northwest Wolves taking on number 11 Southeast Polk Rams. Again, a 30-23 basketball game.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car is on injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible, so bring it here to Westside Auto. I have the team of experts that can fix every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a broken part, or if your car just got its bell rung. We'll do a complete physical to make sure your car is game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get you back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging out there. Move it, move it, move it.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
A minute left in the halftime here before we get going between, again, Northwest leading the Southeast Polk Rams 30-23. John Schaefer, Dar Danielson, and again, thank you for joining us tonight on CISN. Happy to bring you a broadcast. Be back on the air after some snowed-out games. We were even supposed to have a Saturday doubleheader over at Ankeny, I believe, and that one even snowed out last week. And so here we are, a busy schedule.
Yeah, and I think Thursday night we have wrestling, and then Friday night more basketball. So we're getting into that time of year where you're getting girls wrestling and then basketball and a little bit of everything here.
I mean, we hit February and you're into the postseason already. It's pretty crazy how quickly the season does go.
Yeah, you got girls state wrestling in 1st of February, and then you get into postseason for basketball, and yeah, it flies by.
It will be an interesting little stretch here in February. Hopefully the weather continues to cooperate after our brief snowstorm that we had, or brief 2 snowstorms we had last week.
So,
of course, you were in Florida, so you didn't have to bear any of that brunt there, Dar.
Yeah, I didn't mind that. That was all right. And then, of course, the one day there it was 61, but we're Iowans, so we were at the beach anyway and at the pool, and people look at you like, well, but, you know, hey, our blood's thick. We're from Iowa, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. That blood does not thin much when you're only down in Florida for a week.
Yeah.
And here we go, Rams with the ball to start this second half, this third quarter, I should say. And they're going to work it around the perimeter. Waukee Northwest kind of going out to their press. Quick shove inside. Bartlett going to try and work around Sadie Moss, but Moss there with the block. Northwest going to try and go the other way. Bartlett going to try and steal it, though.
Yeah, that's just not going to work. You're going to have to find somebody to kick it back out to, because there's very few players. Some Southeast Polk looks like they can post her up inside defensively.
Al-Hamid puts up the 3, and she hits right away, and she picks up where she left off in that second quarter with the triple.
And the lead up to 10 now, double digits.
Southeast Polk going to look for an answer back. Great back cut and find Alyssa Bartlett to Anna Van Kooten. And her second bucket of the night answers right back.
And that's the way you can do it. Back cut them, get movement in there.
Again, movement's key as they kick back out. Vogt going to kick it one more time. Al-Hamid trying to work around. Spots up just inside the key off the mark, and Hintz comes away with the defensive board. Hintz up top to Solstice. She thought about it. Back to Hintz. Back to Solstice. She thinks about it this time. She pulls the trigger just off the mark. And Wolves will go back the other way with it. Moving in transition. Vogt spots up and just off the mark as well. And we got a little bit back and forth going here. Solstice for 3 again. Again rings off the iron, and Sadie Moss comes away with the defensive board.
I don't mind that. She's got a pretty good shooting percentage from 3, and just, you know, the good shooters will keep putting it up, even if you miss a couple.
Don't stop shooting because you need a supporting cast, and Solstice has been that this year. Billich working inside, kicks it back out. Al-Hamid, that was a heat check just off the mark. Sadie Moss fights for the loose ball. Bartlett comes away with it. Timeout for Southeast Polk. As Bartlett had it in possession, Sam Powell not overly thrilled with the call, but the ball will be awarded to Southeast Polk for a 30.
Yeah, well, I think they thought that Vogt was backing over into her, knocked her down. I mean, you both have that space, but it seemed like she bent back a little bit.
Certainly, and then Bartlett was throwing the ball away as that timeout was called, but gets the benefit of the doubt. Again, we got an 8-point ball game. Northwest leading the Rams. Early third quarter here. Both teams trying to do what we said they needed to.
Yeah, get it to go on here. They Southeast Polk outscored them 18-13 in that second quarter, and a 3-2 start here to the third.
Again, some rust being shaken off in that first quarter. Both teams finding their rhythm in the second. Had a 7-point game there to start the half, opened up to 10. Now back down to 8 as Holly Clark brings it into the half court. Clark to Bartlett. Bartlett looking down low. And they're going to have to live with Anna Van Kooten down low, and that might be a mismatch they go to later. Solseth just chucks one up, can't get it to go. Maybe looking for a call, but Wolves going to go in transition. Croat attacks, spins, puts it up off the window, just off the mark, tip back out, but they're going to call the offensive foul on Vanna Bilic.
She tipped it with her right arm, but I think she got the left arm a little push off in there for the foul. Well, here's another chance to cut into the lead for Southeast Polk.
Bilic's first foul of the night. And Southeast Polk going to try and cut this lead down to 6 or 5 if they can. Bartlett has the lengthy Sadie Moss on her. Now they're going to work it around in the weave. Down low, great look. Just couldn't quite get it into Van Kooten. But Bartlett puts up the 3, and that'll rattle away. She was heat checking there in the second quarter and tried to pick up right where she left off.
Yeah, I'm a little frustrated because she had the, as they go inside, that was pretty devout.
Lovely job by Sadie Moss, and she's going to get her first bucket of the third quarter. Again, that length just proving tough if you can work it over the top for the Wolves. The kick out to Hintz. She hesitates, puts it up, and just again off the mark, and it's going to be Croat going back the other way. Shakes off Bartlett. Bartlett with a reach in there. Her second.
A little frustration. She's had trouble getting an open look here in the third quarter.
She is. They're hounding her outside the perimeter. Again, both the Rams just don't have a ton of size. Only one player above the 6-foot mark, and that'd be Vanderweert at 6'1". She's just a freshman. Keep in mind, Waukee Northwest with 1, 2, 3, and then 6'2", Aniston Clayton, the senior forward as well, who we haven't seen tonight, but plenty of size and speed for the Wolves. And that ball is in the backcourt. They call a tip there.
They said it was tip.
Al-Hamid then mishandles, but Bilic there. Works it inside to Moss. Moss with a mismatch. They're going to try and double down low. She steps out of bounds. That ball's going the other way.
Yeah, almost made a good play on the reversal, but she got through the first two, but the third one came down and cut that baseline off on her.
10-point ball game. Hintz the turnover. Vote Johnny on the spot, but good battle there. And they call a reach in on Maddie Maines. She picks up her first of the night. Team second in this quarter. Trying to get the ball there and force the turnover, but gets a little bit of an arm. Shot clock reset. Hintz there with the pressure, and Southeast Polk going to make it really hard on the Wolves to get into the front court, and that's going to be a 10-second violation. Yep. Or a timeout by Sam Powell before the violation. Was very close. 25 on the shot clock. He got it off just in time.
Just in time. The clock was changing, and then Bartlett was stepping in on the steal too, but.
Are they calling for a 30 or a full timeout? We'll find out. They're calling a 30 here. Sam Powell with the heads-up coaching decision there as his team was stuck in the trap. Great job by Southeast Polk.
Yeah, and you see him there kind of going to the dry erase board to show him what he wants done to break that press.
Again, this Northwest team fairly young. Just 1, 2, 3 seniors on this roster, and a team that's already in the top 15. They've got some length, obviously. Sadie Moss is a big part of that senior trio at 6'1". Leah Al-Hamid, the other senior, along with Aniston Clayton, again, who we have not seen yet tonight. And again, Southeast Polk goes back to the trap. They get into the front court, and they'll work it back down, but a little bit too quick there from Croat, and that's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, you want passing, but you don't want to rush it.
Once you get over that half court, you can slow it down a little bit, obviously.
You can, hold it up, but I think she saw her posted up down there and saw the mismatch and wanted to get it to her quick, but just threw it too much.
Rams working it, great back cut and find on the back door. Maddie Maines, what a pass from Hintz, and Maines with a much needed 2.
Yeah, they've had a couple of those back cuts. They're going to have to keep trying to manufacture that if they're going down low.
Croat spots up off the mark, but Vogt there with the rebound, fights for it. We got a battle for the ball, and that's going to be a jump ball. Looks like possession arrow is Waukee's way, but a good battle there from Hintz. Not only can she do it on the offensive end with the assist, but defensively she jumps in there.
Got in there, yeah, right on it.
So set play, they'll stack it up. Croat into Vogt. Vogt working around the perimeter. Great hands there by Maddie Maines, creating life tough matchup though inside Moss goes, but in comes Morgan Reese with the steal. Bartlett spotting up again for three, just off the front iron. But a board goes back to the Rams. Rams feeling it right now. They've created some issues. Hintz for three. Cannot get it to go. Moss there with the pickup, and that was quite the collision.
Yeah, Bartlett's still down there.
Bartlett is down. She took the hit there. I think she took the worst part of that one from Sadie Moss. She'll shake it off, but these girls are tough, that's for sure.
She'll come out and get a little bit of a rest there for a minute.
Probably needs it after taking that hit again. A little bit of a size mismatch. It's Sadie Moss at 6'1", Melissa Bartlett at 5'6".
They need her scoring in there though, so.
Tough as nails. The Rams keeping this within distance. Hintz there, goes into work on Al-Hamid, gets doubled. Now she needs to find a way out of it. Finds a way out of it. Great find, but Moss there with the block. But guess what? Morgan Reese is there with the putback. She sticks with it.
Yeah, really kept with that. Came down in the block, but right back up.
Northwest breaking the press. Now they're going to set their offense up. Moss. Danberg puts up the two off the mark, but Northwest has numbers. Down low, the kick out. Al-Hamid puts up the three. She drains another. Her fourth triple on the night.
Southeast Polk working so hard, and then just out of that, Al-Hamid with the three.
Lead up to 9. Southeast Polk going to try and answer back with the long range from Maddie Maines, but she's off the mark. And we get another foul, this one on Mo Reese. And that's her second. Team's third.
See the rebound there, kick out. Got her feet set quick and pops that left-handed three.
Al-Hamid has been just lighting it up beyond the arc again. 4 triples on the night for her. She's got 12. 6 in the first half and 6 so far here in the third quarter. Again, Southeast Polk going to the press. Into DeVries. DeVries looking for an outlet now. She'll go to Bilic. Al-Hamid now once again going to just say, I'm putting it up, and she splashes home her third of the quarter. Another three for Al-Hamid. And they get a travel on the Rams. Lead now up to 12. Al-Hamid, the lefty, the southpaw. Fearless there, just says, I'm going to put it up.
Yep, there, squares, boom. You got to close out a little more on her. She's hit 2 already in the quarter. You got to get a hand in her face.
Right now, she's going to be heat checking at this point. I think if you can find her open in the corner, which she is there, and here comes the heat check, and why not another splash? And that forces a timeout from Brad Johnson. 4 threes in the third quarter from Al-Hamid. She has 12, and the lead is now inflated up to 15. Full timeout. That's going to send us to break again. Al-Hamid just on fire.
And with Holtz Plumbing and Heating. Did you know that your water heater is the hardest working appliance in your home? Depending on where you live, hard water and sediment can age out your water heater in as little as 8 years. Holtz stocks all the water heater options you would ever need, multiple tank sizes, styles, and very popular tankless options. Our plumbing professionals will deliver one to your home, remove the old one, and install your new one all in a day's work, even on weekends. For all your water heater needs, let Holt handle that.
We are back inside of Southeast Polk where Aaliyah Al-Hamid has caught fire.
See here. Down, boom.
Mo Reese worried about the drive, and right now I'd just get a hand in her face. You got to almost Kobe it right now. where you're putting the hand up where she's shooting.
Yeah, that's a quadruple triple here in the third quarter.
Here's another one, the southpaw, just plenty of time, and she's going to splash through another. Rams need an answer. Down 15, minute 11 left in the third, and this one is broken wide open for the Wolves. Bartlett back in the game for the Rams. She's going to have to try and create a spark here. She's been the bright spot most of this game, but she's been held scoreless in the third.
Yeah, they've done a good job of identifying her.
Wolves doing a good job of collapsing on the defensive boards. That's another miss for the Rams, and the Wolves going to try and build and inflate this lead even more. Al-Hamid now being defended. She'll work it back out top to Billage. Timeout from Sam Powell. Let's see if he takes a full timeout, so we'll take another quick break here. 46 seconds left in the third quarter, 15-point ball game.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
The Rams, Brad Johnson trying to draw up an answer for his team as they trail 15 points to the Waukee Northwest Wolves. Again, the Wolves have been a little bit hot as of late. They took down Valley just not long ago, back on the 15th, I believe, so yesterday. A big win over number 9 Valley, and Northwest peaking at the right time right now.
Dowling leading Waukee 42-40 at the end of the third quarters.
Close game there.
Tight ball game there, but Northwest has extended this out here in the third quarter.
Dowling, the number 3 team in the state in girls basketball, according to the rankings. That's going to be a double dribble from Billage. And Sam Powell saying, guys, can't have that out of the timeout.
They've outscored them 14-4 here in the third.
40 seconds, 30 left on the shot clock, 35 on the game clock.
Any kind of bucket here just for a little boost of confidence heading into the fourth.
The 3 put up by Bartlett off the mark, but the offensive board and put back off the mark as well for Maines, but Maines comes away with it. Solseth up top.
Got time, plenty of time here.
Shot clock now off. That's a big offensive board. Solseth now at the top, going to go to work on Billage. Finds Bartlett. Bartlett now looking for somewhere to go. Under 10. Solseth needing to get a shot off. Turns it over. That ball's going the other way with 4.8 seconds left. Wolves will get a chance.
I wonder who they might look for here.
If it's going to anybody but Al-Hamid, I'll be shocked. Quick find, DeVries got to put up a 3. She gets fouled instead, which really isn't a bad foul here. You've got 3. Of course, Mo Reese doesn't like it because it's her third, but team's 4th on the quarter, and you got 1.7 left.
Because it looked like she might have a little daylight to get by for a shot, but
DeVries looking for the shot there, but now they'll try and get quick one out. Tries to find Croyd on the backside. Probably had a little more time than that. Putback doesn't go for Moss, and that sends us to the third quarter break as we head into the fourth. 44-29. Waukee Northwest leading Southeast Polk.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
And we're returning for the fourth quarter here. Southeast Polk at home trailing the Waukee Northwest Wolves 44-29. Wolves inbounds pass. Rams got to press here because you only have 8 minutes to try and dent this 15-point lead. Waukee now with 4-3. Got to get into the front court. They ran out of time. That's going to be a 10-second violation and a turnover. Great job by the Rams out of the break to force that.
And Sam Powell not happy because he talked about that press. They've been throwing it on here, and he called the timeout one other time and showed him. But that's a learning thing you'll do.
Again, a young squad in this Waukee Northwest team. Rams again down 15, trying to break a little bit of a drought here. Only 6 points to show in that third quarter. Bartlett with the ball, kicks it back out to Solseth. She kicks. And they're going to work a weave a little bit here. Hintz up top, just going to put up the three. Says, why not, off the board. And Bartlett, great job by Solseth to jump in. Possession arrow goes the Rams' way. Solseth doing a wonderful job there to realize the opportunity.
Now chance. If you have a play, the trouble is getting it inside on this inbound play is tough with the size.
Haven't been hitting from beyond the arc. Have had a hard time working inside if you're the Rams. Right now, you just need to find a little bit of a spark. Solseth trying to bring that. As Hintz hits the deck. Good drive. I like it by Bartlett. She draws a foul here. That's on Billich. Her second of the game and team's first of the quarter. That will send Bartlett to the line for two.
She did not score in the third quarter after hitting 13 in the first half.
Bartlett puts up number one. That will fall through. Again, her first of the second half, as you mentioned, Dar.
And not that she hasn't been trying, but they've been identifying her well and shutting her off.
Gaps have been tight, been tough drives, been tough getting around the arc as well, or around the perimeter, and she goes 2 for 2 from the line, and that cuts the lead down to 13. Back to the press, the Rams go. Wolves break it this time. Sadie Moss now driving, gets it into the front court, and they'll set things up. Vote up top, and she'll get it to Croat. Croat to Al-Hamid, who's been red hot, and she decides to bypass the three.
Well, they didn't give her any space that time. And they can afford to bleed the shot clock here, but they turned it over.
Great job by the Rams to create that turnover. Hintz now looking. She finds Bartlett. Bartlett going to slow things down. She's looking. Here's a quick probe from Holly Clark. Clark can't really go anywhere. Great job by Croat there on the defensive side. The double team. Moss such a force too to try and break through. The double team comes in. Bartlett's there. That ball's sticking with the Rams. They're going to call it out of bounds on Waukee Northwest.
They got lucky there. They almost got that trap in the corner with the size there, but now at least they have a little room here.
10 seconds on the shot clock. 6:21 left in this game. 44-31, Waukee Northwest leading the Southeast Polk Rams. Bartlett inbounds to Solseth. Solseth working it down low inside off the window, just off the mark. Hintz there, though, with the offensive board. She's going to go attack it once again. Great ball movement. You need more of that if you're Southeast Polk. Solseth drives in, draws the foul. She'll put up two.
She did a good job to cover that ball and get it up late and drew the foul anyway, but
Logan Votes third of the game, team second. And that sends Solseth to the line. And again, you got to attack right now and try and get some points with the clock stopped.
Yeah, if you can get them to foul you a little bit.
Rattles one away, that won't go. Solseth's first free throws of the night. Very few free throws to speak of this evening. Solseth's second does rattle away as well and goes over at the line. Vote with the offensive board, and Sadie Moss there with the ball, but Hintz gets in there. Vote once again looking for Al-Hamid, but Bartlett with the steal going back the other way, pulls up, spots up, and rattles one. That cannot quite go, and the home court roll just non-existent tonight for the Rams.
She did a smart move to pull up and let the defense go by her, but just not a good roll.
Croat tries to go inside to Danberg, can't quite handle it. Rams ball, 5:40 to play, 13-point game.
Things have got kind of ugly, but for Waukee Northwest, when you got that pad of the lead, it doesn't hurt you. For Southeast Polk, they need points when they can get them anytime.
Hintz puts up the three, says, I need something here, and Rams fighting for every offensive board they can. Bartlett driving back in, stuffed by Moss. Board by Hintz. Hintz puts it back up off the window. She gets another board. Countless offensive rebounds. Then the three by Maine off the mark as well. I'm sorry, that was Clark off the mark. And Waukee, Rams have had their chances. Just cannot get one to fall.
Yeah, Bartlett's going to need a little ibuprofen after this.
Going to need some ice after this one.
She's hit the floor a few times here tonight.
Hintz as well has, and she's been fighting amongst the trees down low. Danberg back out to Moss. We got a 3-second lane violation. That'll be another Waukee Northwest turnover. No points yet in this fourth quarter for Waukee. Granted, they had built up quite the cushion.
Yeah, but only 2 for Southeast Polk, so yeah.
Full timeout as Hintz takes an elbow from the ref, signaling the full timeout. We'll head to break here, 44-31 ball game. And we're back. Sam Powell calling that timeout to get the full break there, and he needed it. His team a bit out of sorts here, hasn't scored yet in the fourth. And what's kind of plagued them so far?
Yeah, they just, a lot of hustle by Southeast Polk, but these are the situations when you got to lead on this, you got to work on it, because if you're in a tighter ball game, and you're giving up some turnovers and stuff, then it's going to hurt you. Right now they have enough cushion, but you can't keep giving it to Southeast Polk.
Southeast Polk will have the ball to start this out of the break.
Dowling ends up downing Waukee 56-49 in a good ball game there. That was a 2-pointer at the end of the third quarter. And
it will be a competitive run to the state tournament as we approach February very quickly here. Before you know it, we'll be there. Rams working it around the perimeter. Nice job, though, by Waukee Northwest on the defensive side of things. Danberg working it. That ball will stay with the Rams as it was tipped out.
Speaking of a run, number 1 Johnston was up like 75-17 against Urbandale. They can run and gun. Almost everybody, it seems, on that team.
I watched them play against Northwest in the opener this season, and Northwest hung with them for 3 quarters, and then Johnston just ran away with it from there. And
yeah, I've done one of their games too, saw the same thing. You think you're right there with them, and before you know, boom, they blow out ahead of you.
Logan Vogt picks up her 4th foul, and that will send Solseth to the line for her 3rd and 4th free throw of the night. Again, just cannot quite find it. Solseth can't.
They haven't. They've had a couple chances at the line with the clock stopped to cut into the lead, but so far unable to connect on them.
Solseth puts up the second. That one off the back iron, and no offensive board for her as Northwest tries to go back to work. Croat looking for an outlet. She finds it in Billich. Billich ahead to Danberg. Danberg under a little duress, but they'll slow things down once again with Croat. Now to Moss. Billich looking to Danberg, just a little high and outside for Danberg down low.
About halfway through the quarter here, and they have not scored yet. Southeast Polk.
Just 2 points to speak of for the Rams.
For the Rams, they've only had 2, and so you still got a 13-point lead, but it has not been a pretty fourth quarter here for either team right now.
Not at all, as Bartlett dribbles it up, and Waukee Northwest going to get set in their defensive end of things. The Rams trying to go to work and answer back again, trying to cut this lead to at least 11. And we got an offensive foul down low.
Is that Maines, maybe?
It looked like it is on Maddie Maines. Her second. She was battling amongst the
trees.
Tried to screen
Bartlett and get Bartlett open, but
it's a tough battle. And once again, a 13-point lead for Waukee Northwest, who earlier this year lost to the Rams by 9. Good answer back from the Wolves as they start hitting their stride at the right time, right when you want to. Out to Moss at the top of the key. To Al-Hamid, who had 4 threes in the third quarter. Croat, the drive, the floater, and that'll fall through for the first bucket of the fourth for the Wolves. Hintz with the ball, can't go anywhere with it. Croat comes away with it. Romy Croat having herself a good night, and that's going to be a foul on Anna Van Kooten. Her first, team second.
And whatever they learned in that loss, they've turned it around here, and they've come out and adjusted that. And now with the lead here in the fourth quarter in the rematch.
Al-Hamid takes the inbounds pass into the front court. She, of course, has been red hot, and if she's hitting, look out. Anybody, she can keep up with anybody and keep the Wolves in it with anybody this season.
Yeah, 12 in the third quarter, all on threes, and a 3 each in the first and second quarter.
Hintz relentless on the defensive side of things. She's going to outlet ahead to Bartlett. Bartlett drives into the lane off the iron, can't get it to go. And that's going to stick with the Rams as Bilic couldn't quite get back in the field of play.
Well, Bartlett, that was the influence of the block there. She tried to throw it high up off the glass so it wouldn't get blocked and just a little off. And that's, even when you're not blocking it, if you blocked it early, you're influencing the shots here.
Absolutely. Reese back to Bartlett. Bartlett working around Moss, drives. Moss with the foul there. They're going to call a block actually down low on Bilic, and that one hurt Bartlett pretty good. She hit the deck
again, man.
She's going to shoot 2 as Bilic hits her third foul on the night. And
trying to stretch it out there and walk it off.
Team's fourth, and she's hit 2 free throws already in this quarter. She had 13 in the first half, but has been bottled up since.
Yeah, and here's where if they get him in the bonus.
That's right, 5th foul will send them to the 1-and-1. Or no, it's an automatic 2 now.
2,
no 1-and-1 anymore. Bartlett hits the first. Lead to 14 for the Wolves. 2:40 to play. It might be a little too late, but the Rams not going to go down without a fight tonight. Bartlett putting up her second here. That one clings off the iron. Hintz, though, comes away with the rebound, kicks it back to Bartlett. Bartlett, the floater. That one will fall through for 2.
Got the three-point play the hard way there.
Zoe Hintz doing a great job with that offensive fight. Now, Wolves need to slow it down a little bit, milk that shot clock as much as they can. Al-Hamid to Danberg. Danberg kicks. Croat puts up the 3 just off the mark. Southeast Polk running the other way, down 12. Ahead they go to Bartlett. Bartlett kicks it back out. The drive can't quite corral it. Anna Van Kooten. We got a whistle here. Yeah. And we've got a foul on Aliyah Al-Hamid. A push.
And that's
her second.
2 shots.
Automatic 2 shots here. And that sends Anna Van Kooten to the line. 2:09 to play. Leads 12. 46-34. Van Kooten about to deliver her first. And she sinks that. We'll try and go 2 for 2, make it a 10-point game. We haven't seen a 10-point game in quite some time here, Dar.
Yeah, it's been since the third quarter when they kind of pulled out.
And Van Kooten puts up her second. Just off the iron again. Sadie Moss comes away with the rebound. And again, Southeast Polk adding some pressure. Great job by the Wolves to break it. Bilic into the front court. Slows it down. Croat.
So you get a stop here. Oh, offensive.
Going to call an offensive foul. So Zoe Hintz deserves a ton of credit really quick, Dar, before I interrupt you there. She deserves a ton of credit, but go ahead.
I just say, you get a stop here. Now you get a chance to get it below 10. Now that's an offensive foul, so you don't shoot the free throws.
Croat's first.
You hit a 3 here, could make it interesting.
Solseth driving back to Bartlett. Bartlett's being hounded by Moss. What a move around Moss.
Oh, wow.
Gets the little roll to go, and we've got a 9-point game with 1:40 to play. Steal by Hintz. Hintz puts up the 3. She's feeling it. She flushes it. 6-point ball game, 1:30 to play. Southeast Polk sustains the press. Zoe Hintz has been Johnny on the spot tonight in the fourth. The pressure once again. The turnover cannot be saved, and we're going the other way for the Rams, and timeout from Sam Powell to settle his team down.
Man.
He wants a timeout. He's got one left.
Let's see that. Hins with the steal. Set up. Boom.
Sets the feet. Her first 3 of the quarter and of the half. No timeout from Powell. And Aliyah Al-Hamid will take a seat as Hintz is going to try and inbound it. 1:16 to play, 46-40 ball game. This lead inflated up to what, 17 at one point, if
so,
not
yeah.
15?
I think it was 15 at one point.
15 at one point.
Yeah.
And a big learning lesson here for this Waukee Northwest team.
And any foul is automatic 2 shots now for any foul by Waukee Northwest.
Southeast Polk is stuck with it, led by Zoe Hintz defensively. You got to give the young lady credit. The junior guard has been all over and tenacious. As Southeast Polk gets set back up in their offense. Hintz for 3, hesitates, pumps, trying to create a little space, asking Bartlett to give her a little room here. Nice teardrop bump from Hintz. She's had 5 in a row now. Lead to 4, under a minute to play. The press once again. Wolves break it. 29-28 on the shot clock. And we've got a timeout from Sam Powell as he wants to set the offense up and prepare for this stretch run, a 4-point game. We're going to stick with it, Dar.
They've only got, Southeast Polk, only 2 team fouls, so they can be a little more aggressive and go for the steal. Let's see Hins on this pretty shot.
Just a nice little runner, and that's the key. As much as Bartlett wants the ball here, she's drawn the defense of Sadie Moss.
Yeah, and getting the taller player out, and Hintz recognized that and went up and got it in. So here you can be a little more aggressive because you got 3 fouls before you're in the bonus.
You might as well earn 1 or 2 right here.
And any foul they commit, you got 2 shots and go to the line, and we go from a 15-point lead to 4.
What a wild turn of events it's been. Southeast Polk and Brad Johnson's squad is stuck with it. Unafraid, and Northwest has struggled. Just 2 points in the fourth quarter for the Wolves, and that was a little teardrop from Romy Croat. She's only got 6 tonight. Of course, they've spread the scoring around. Aliyah Al-Hamid, if not for her, this is a totally different ball game.
And then how about Bartlett? She went scoreless in the third, but came out, and she's got, 7 here in the fourth after being knocked down, thrown around.
3 at the line, and then a couple of buckets. Now, Waukee Northwest going back to work. If you're Southeast Polk, that's a fine reach. Nothing wrong with that from Eva Solseth. And that is only her second, team's third. They need another before they send Waukee Northwest to the bonus.
Try a quick poke away on the inbound if you can get it, because, again, you got 2 more to give.
Active hands here if you're Bartlett. Bartlett trying to force something. She's got, and of course, the shot clock does reset with those fouls, so now you do have to foul. They're going to get Hintz with the reach.
Just about poked it away from behind.
Again, don't mind it. Now you're in the bonus. You're probably going to foul and try and send a poor free throw shooter to the line. We've got a timeout to Southeast Polk. Again, we'll stick with it. Let's pull up our stats here. If you're trying to foul anybody, you probably want to send, who's struggling at the line? Very few are struggling. Maybe Moss.
Vote at 67, but Moss is shooting 76%.
That's probably as bad as you're going to get from this team right now.
The guys, the starters, on the floor,
Vote's only been sent to the line 9 times this year.
Yeah. So, and Alamed's got shooting 100%, but she has, how many times she gone to the line?
Just 7 this season, yep.
She's made them all. So, they got a pretty solid lineup as far as free throws go there.
And again, you want to foul quick here. And probably off ball.
Is that leaves Southeast Polk with 1 timeout left.
No timeouts left for Waukee Northwest. 28.5 seconds. That's right, a 4-point game. Northwest had built the lead up to 15 at one point, but went cold in the fourth.
Just 2 points in the fourth quarter here.
Southeast Polk has had a spark not only from Alyssa Bartlett, their leading scorer, but Zoe Hins, who has 5 straight points in this game.
And also defensively, she's been great.
Absolutely deserves a game ball out of this one, win or lose. Again, Aliyah Al-Hamid had 12 points, all 3-pointers in the third quarter. And now we're going to get the ball, the press from Bartlett. Bartlett trying to force something. You've got a foul now if you're Solseth. She does. Her third. That'll send, looked like Croat to the line for 2. Croat, a 77% shooter, only been to the line 9 times this season. As the team now has 5, both in the bonus. It's an automatic 2. Croat putting up her first. She drains number 1. Makes it a 5-point game. She's been the lone scorer in this quarter for Waukee Northwest.
And a big bucket. It turned out right now. And the free throws.
Misses the second offensive board to Sadie Moss, though. She kicks it to Al-Hamid. Al-Hamid finds Croat. Croat again waiting to be fouled. Draws it. She'll go back to the line. Foul on Solseth, her 4th. Croat to the line for a pair more. 5-point game, 14.3 seconds, and boy, if you're the Wolves, you are thankful for the red-hot Al-Hamid in the third quarter.
Yeah, the 4 3-pointers.
Croat hits a big one there. That makes this a 6-point game. Gonna need 2 threes if you're Southeast Polk at minimum.
Right, and this one would pretty much seal it with just 14.3 to go.
Croat to the line for one more.
Then if you,
that will make it a 7-point game.
Northwest, I just have them drop back and let it get it in.
Southeast Polk now gonna try and make something out of nothing here, down 7. Solseth, the lay-in,
let her have it.
Cuts it to 5 with 6 seconds left or so. Solseth's first bucket of the second half. She only had 3 in the first half. The final timeout for Southeast Polk, down 5.
Now, if you foul when she's shooting a 3, you get a 4-point play, but you still need one more possession. I think if that happens,
I think at this point you probably call the dogs off. I know Brad Johnson won't, but what a learning opportunity here for Waukee Northwest. You build a 15-point lead against a very good Southeast Polk team. Watch it whittle down to 4. A little bit of a scare there.
And we talked about it, why Coach Powell was getting a little upset when they had that lead and they weren't breaking that press. He wanted, it's like, yeah, you get a little complacent and, they're going to come back on you, and they did, and credit their hustle. But, that, like you say, that's something you learn. You get that lead. Playing with a lead is sometimes as hard as trying to get the lead, so.
And Brad Johnson also a lot to be proud of from his team fighting back. A team that could have easily folded down 15. Yeah. We've seen that how many times at the high school level. Again, Zoe Hins deserves a ton of credit for the fight she showed. Bartlett with a ton of fight as well. Solseth in there. Again, the Rams, that press was so effective. Just a little too late for the comeback. And again, Aliyah Al-Hamid probably gets the player of the night in this girls matchup with the 12 points in the third quarter as Southeast Polk fouls. Croat's going to go back to the line with 3.1 seconds left in this game.
Well, both of them a little bit below their average. About, not a lot, but, so often we talked about it, it looks like it's going to be a tight one, and this one ended up that way. It didn't look like it after the third quarter.
No, not at all.
With that 15-point lead, but.
Croat to the line for 2. She hits again, makes it a 6-point game once again, and that should salt it away for good.
And this would be a turnaround because the first one was an 8-point win by Southeast Polk. This could end up being a 7-pointer for Northwest.
Croat hits another. Croat, the lone scorer in the fourth quarter tonight for Waukee Northwest, as the Wolves, the last second, he will make no difference. The Wolves get a much-needed and big victory, 51-44. Didn't come without a scare from the Rams as they battle back from 15, cutting it down to 4. Well, again, a little too late. Northwest, second win in a row against a top 15 opponent. 51-44 your final here at Southeast Polk High School.
One on the shot clock. Houck fires up a prayer to go. Winkler brings it up, drives in, crosses over, and one. Welcome to the CISN Fast Break Show. I am your host, Blake Walker. We hope you're staying warm wherever you're watching our Fast Break Show this week. We did not play last week because of the snow and the cold. We did have our last game as Waukee versus Valley. We're going to talk about that one here in just a few minutes. We also have a couple rankings on the boys and girls side coming up for you, an interview with Chad Gillick, Johnston's head girls basketball coach, and much, much more. Let's take a jump right into the Waukee versus Valley instant classic from 2 Fridays ago. Rogers will throw in. 0.5 on the clock. It's Rogers. Costello at the horn. It goes! Mason Costello wins it at the horn for Waukee in the greatest game I have ever seen. You are kidding me! Holy cow! A miracle has happened at the Waukee Fieldhouse. Mason Costello has etched his name in history. But wait a minute, he didn't call bank. Does that count? I do not believe what I have just seen.
What a finish it was. What a game it was. It was a blast to call that one. Congratulations to Waukee. Truly was one of the best games we have ever seen, and it made SportsCenter's #1 play that Friday night. Let's take a look at the rankings for girls and boys basketball. We'll start out with the IGHSAU rankings, where Johnston is the #1 team at the top. No surprise. Davenport North at #2. Dowling Catholic at 3. They played Johnston this week. Waukee is at 4. Ankeny Centennial is at 5. Their only losses have pretty much come to the teams above them. Pleasant Valley is at 6. Ankeny is at 7. Cedar Falls jumps to the 8th position. Valley slipping just a little bit, drops back to the 9th spot. Cedar Rapids Prairie is 10th. Southeast Polk is 11th. Sioux City East is 12th. Waukee Northwest drops a spot to 13th. Iowa City West 14th. And Sioux City West, despite being under 500, jumps into the top 15 at the 15th position. Linn-Mar jumps out of the polls. And on to the boys' rankings, courtesy of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. Cedar Rapids Kennedy is the #1 team. No question about it. The Cougars are still undefeated and hold the #1 position. Valley, despite losing on a half-court buzzer beater to Waukee, is #2 in the rankings. Dubuque Senior at 3, North Scott at 4. So a couple teams from Eastern Iowa making their presence felt in the top 5. Waukee rounds out the 5th position. Ankeny Centennial is 6th. They beat Ankeny, so they have above them as Ankeny sits 7th. Iowa City West is 8th. Cedar Falls is 9th. And Linn-Mar rounds out your top 10. We will step aside for a quick break, and we'll be back with our interview with head coach Chad Gillick of the Johnston girls basketball team. You're watching the CISN Fast Break Show.
It's the DeArmond Ford 2024 kickoff event. Start the new year off right and a new F-150 XLT with up to $11,000 off MSRP. Plus 3.9% for 66 months. New Explorers with $1,750 rebate plus 1.9% for 66 months. New Edges with 0.9% APR for 66 months plus $1,000 rebate. And new Escapes with 1.9% for 66 months. Save big during our 2024 kickoff event at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Welcome back to the CISM Fast Break Show. I am your host, Blake Walker. Had a chance to sit down with Johnston girls basketball coach Chad Gillick and talk about the Dragons' very impressive season so far. Here with Johnston girls basketball head coach Chad Gillick. Coach, thanks for joining us here. You haven't played very much here in the last week or so. Talk about what it's been like here this last week. Have you been able to practice? And you know what? Yes, you had a couple weeks off for winter break, but now you get a little bit extra break to kind of help prepare.
Yeah. Well, we have been able to practice for the most part. I think we missed a day. But we've been lucky. A lot of us, I know a lot of teams, and us especially, we use a boys scout team. So if we go through a long period of time where we haven't played, or we have a game get canceled, like we knew we weren't going to play Friday night, so Thursday when we came in for practice, we basically played a game with our scout team. We just put 8-minute quarters up. We keep score. We go through like a game. So those boys push us just so that we aren't, you get in a rut of practicing. Nobody likes to practice 5, 6, 7 days in a row. They want to play. So that helps break things up a little bit, and it's good for us.
How would you evaluate the season so far? I mean, you're still perfect, 12-0, beating a couple out-of-state teams. Statistically, seems like it's one of the better teams you guys have had.
It definitely offensively has been one of the better teams that we've had. I think we're averaging about 73 points a game. Our team record, I think, is about 68 points a game for a season. So we're doing really well. We got a bunch of offensive options. We don't really have a lot of girls that other teams can't, just let go or not focus on. Everyone's got to be accounted for. Our girls, we like to play offense. We are an offensive team, but we've also gotten better defensively. I think, we've kept most teams around 50 points or under 50 points. And so we tell our girls all the time, if you can keep your opponents at 50 points, there's a really good chance we're going to win those games.
How do you kind of go about this year? It's almost a replica of last season. You get through pretty much unscathed and then obviously slip here at the end. But, is there anything you're changing coaching wise as you lead up this way that can help you guys prepare as you head towards state tournament time?
Well, one of the big things we did this year is we kind of split up our team amongst our coaching staff and said, this is kind of going to be your responsibilities for this year. So our coaches have kind of focused on certain areas, which I think has helped a little bit for this year. And then we spent a lot of time with these girls this year with kind of some team building and just make sure we're getting along and ready for that stretch. Last year we weren't as close knit as a team as we needed to be down the stretch, and you could see that at the state tournament when it came down to the state championship game. So we're kind of exactly where we're at last year, undefeated, going into Dowling. But then Dowling took it to us last year. They really took it to us at their place last year. And so we've talked to the girls about making sure we don't let that happen again.
Coach, you got a couple girls at the top senior wise, and then you got a couple of younger ones that play. You talk about that unity. What's that like, having a couple senior leaders and then you have a couple sophomores and juniors that can pick things up on the back end?
Well, yeah, we really rely heavily on our seniors, Aaliyah Riley, Eiley Tankey. They're two of our captains. We rely on them a lot. I give them a lot of kind of responsibility to make sure that the girls are, in sync, or if things aren't happening, we go to them and say, you guys need to refocus the group and make sure that we're all on the right page here. And so, having them, our young kids really do look up to them. We have a couple of freshmen that play, a couple sophomores that play, who all are really good basketball players, but they look up to these, Aaliyah and Eiley. They've played in 3 straight state championship games, so they have a ton of experience. And so those kids look to that, and those seniors are doing a great job being leaders this year.
Well, Coach, we really appreciate your time, and good luck to you and the Dragons this week. Make sure to stay warm.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Coach. Once again, I want to give a shout out to head coach Chad Gillick for his time with us and speaking with us. We wish him luck in the Dragons the rest of the season and appreciate every coach who sits down and chats with us every single week on the Central Iowa Sports Network Fast Break Show. Let's take a look at the games that we have upcoming this week or going on this week here on CISN. On Tuesday, Southeast Polk takes on Waukee Northwest. Should be a pretty good girls matchup. That's a battle between two teams close in the rankings. On the boys' side, it's two teams trying to maybe crack the top 10 of their own. Bodie Goodman looks like he's going to be really talented for Southeast Polk already this season. And Tigas has been very phenomenal as well for Waukee Northwest. They're coming off the upset win over Valley. On Friday, it is a fun doubleheader. Johnston takes on Dowling. Should be a phenomenal girls matchup as two of the top 3 teams in the state square off. And for the boys' side, also high-flying action in that one, of course. And then on Friday as well, it's the Battle of Key. Waukee versus Waukee Northwest, yet another installment in this already classic rivalry. Waukee swept Northwest the first time these two teams met this season in both boys and girls basketball for the first time ever. That will do it for us here on the Central Iowa Sports Network Fast Break Show. We appreciate everyone for watching. We hope you've stayed warm, you've stayed safe, and you're enjoying the game so far. We'll send you to the next game. I'm Blake Walker. Thanks for watching.
It's the DeArmond Automotive Knoxville 2024 kickoff event. Save big on our last 2023 Ram 1500 Laramie with up to $13,000 off MSRP. Up to $15,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Gladiators. Up to $7,500 off new 2024 Grand Cherokees. And new Jeep Renegades as low as $27,990. Save big this new year during our 2024 kickoff event at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville, Iowa. DeArmondAuto.com.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Back here, Waukee, ready for the second half of our doubleheader. Waukee Northwest here at Southeast Polk. Dar Danielson, John Schaefer with you. Waukee coming in at 6-6. Southeast Polk at 4-7. And each of them have a star, and then they have some supporting players they need to step up. Of course, Bodie Goodman, I've just been impressed with him. Seeing it, he can shoot it from anywhere, hit it from anywhere, drive it to the hole, hit it outside. He just needs a little more support behind him. They need to find a little more scoring behind him to be all right. Grant Tigas, he's the leading scorer here for Waukee Northwest, and they're in a little bit of a transition too with the seniors they lost. So this could be an interesting game. This was one too that was what was it?
They matched up earlier this season.
67-63 Waukee won. Waukee Northwest won that first one. So much like the girls' game, it was a tight one the first time around. We'll see if it's the same way this time.
Well, and you hit on Goodman. How many kids in the CIML do you know in 11 games have put up 206 shots? What a guy that's got the green light from just about anywhere. He's shooting almost 40% from the floor. 92 three-pointers put up this year, and he's hit 30 of them.
Yeah.
Kid knows how to score.
And the thing is that the teams could shut him down for a little bit, but it doesn't seem like I've seen anybody that's totally shut him down this year. And as I said, they need a little more scoring. Tigas, he has Luke Hart averaging about 10 points. You got Sandro Bilic, he's right up in there too, and Andrew Coase. So, get some of these other players to step up a little bit in the scoring part of it, and we'll see.
And then mix in Atish Sankaranthi, too. You're going to have your mouth full tonight with that one. But the junior forward at 6'7's bulked up a little bit. I saw him week one and was really impressed by him. Obviously, he had a tough matchup against Johnston. But again, 6'7", you can't teach size some days, Dar.
Yeah, you can do that. And so it'll be interesting. And again, two teams developing here a little bit, and Goodman just a junior, Tigas is a senior, and they have several seniors there on the team. But it's going to be interesting how this all works out here tonight as the clock winds down. The girls' game was one where Waukee Northwest had a 15-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and it ended up being Southeast Polk got it down to 4, but ran out of time there, and it ended up being a win. For Waukee Northwest. And we'll see how this one goes. Good crowd on hand here tonight. The pep band playing as we get ready for our starting lineups.
Looking over the last 5 really quick. Waukee Northwest just beat Valley the other day. Number 2 ranked Valley, 64-59. That's a big outcome. So keep that in mind too. Northwest is peaking kind of like their girls team is right now.
Waukee Northwest Wolves. And your 4-7 head coach Alan Jenkins, Southeast Polk Rams. The 3 officials assigned to tonight's contest: Travis Craven, Scott Zook, and Christopher Thomas. Manning the scoreboard, the scoreboard is Link Sullivan. Official scorebook is Teresa Brandt, and on the shot clock, Kyle Lehman. And now, let's meet the participants in tonight's second game. He's a 6'3" junior wearing number 4, Maverick Inman. And for the Rams, a 6-foot senior, number 1, A.J. Schaefer. For the Wolves, a 6'2" senior, number 5, Luke Hart. For the Rams, he's a 6-foot junior wearing number 2, Bodie Downtown Goodman. For the Wolves, he's a senior, stands 5 feet 11 inches, wears number 11, Andrew Coates. For the Rams, a 5'11" sophomore, number 12, Brady Norris. For Northwest, he wears number 25, he's a 6'4" senior, Brent Tibbetts. For the Rams, a 6'3" senior, number 20, Jackson J.E. Martin. And rounding out the 5 for the Wolves, a 6'7" sophomore, number 30, Landon Davis. And for the Rams, a 6'3" senior, number 22, Trey Lust.
And there you have it. You see the Northwest bench there. And Northwest come out in those dark uniforms. The blue numbers and the home whites for Southeast Polk. As we get ready for the second half of our doubleheader, the Waukee Northwest girls took the first game. Landon Davis was standing there with Trey Lust, and here we go. Controlled by Waukee Northwest. Up high. Tigges with it now. He'll pull up for 3. No good. Rebound comes off to Northwest. Back inside, up and no good. Battle for the rebound, pulled down. Under the basket, and he walked with it. Just a little movement of the foot there by Tigges. And the turnover goes to Southeast Polk. Goodman with it. Dribbles right side. Up top to Barton. Over to Lust. Back to Goodman, down low. Barrels in and gets the offensive foul.
Just a little strong from Goodman. I don't mind the play from him, but just a little too physical.
Over the shoulder just a little too much, as I said, drew the whistle there. Here comes Northwest. Handoff, back up top. Back over to Hart. Hart to Inman. Fakes it now. There's the 3, no good by Coase, and the rebound comes off to Southeast Polk. They'll push it up the floor. Stop and go. Inside looking for somebody to get it to. Gets it back outside to Lust as Schaefer. Lust down the lane, and he draws the offensive foul. So 2 trips down, 2 offensive fouls here for Southeast Polk.
2 team fouls now as well, and inching closer to that 5, and we're only a minute 15 into this one.
Yeah, no score here. Luke Hart gets it over. Right side now coming in, loses the handle there is Tigges. Back outside. Both teams trying to find the rhythm early here on offense. Coming up through the middle is Davis. Gets it off. Down the lane, up and no good. Davis tries for the rebound, but Lust battling for it. Picked up by Tigges. And now Lust will run it down before it gets out the quarter. And here comes Southeast Polk back the other way. Schaefer with it. Barton back over. Now Barton inside, turns and has it off the glass, no good. Quickly pushed up the floor. Tigges outside for three, no good. It's as cold as the outdoors right now here to start this first quarter.
A little frost in the system to shake off here.
Yeah, a little frost and rust, and knocked away by Waukee's Maverick Inman. Outstanding receiver on the football team. He's a great basketball player.
2 minutes in, still scoreless.
Yep, throw it the backcourt to Schaefer. It's down the lane, looks. Back over. Little baseline. Reverse layup is good. Schaefer with a good strong move. Gets him on the board.
Great move, using the baseline as his friend. Sometimes it's your enemy, but what a move by Schaefer.
Tigges Lust all over him. They throw it away. Schaefer back the other way. Gets it down the lane. Runner is good. Grady Norris. And a quick 4-0 lead here for Southeast Polk. Almost stripped away. Square up for the three is long. Slapped out of there, but it's right to Southeast Polk. And they'll bring it down inside. Turn around somehow. Goodman powers it up, and it's a 6-0 lead and a timeout. And
showing the ballet move is Goodman there, Bodie Goodman.
Full timeout. We'll take a break here on CISN.TV.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Southeast Polk down to a quick 6-0 lead, and Bodie Goodman is on the board with a contortion move here.
Just right down the lane, spin cycle engage, and boy, oh boy, what a start for Southeast Polk.
But Goodman got an offensive foul the first time he tried to post up, and that time he got it up through there. Took a little while to get the scoring going, about 3 minutes, but then Southeast Polk rips off 3 straight buckets, and Waukee Northwest looking for their first points here as they bring it up. Around the top, they pick up Tigges. They're not going to give him much opening. Hard across. Back outside. Down the lane, bounce pass inside. Nice look to Tigges.
That's the kind of ball movement you need if you're the Waukee Northwest Wolves here.
Drive in the dish, and Tigges completes it. Down the baseline, get it outside, tried to one-hand push it up there, but it's partially blocked by Davis. Down the lane, Tigges throws it up and one.
Great move by Tigges, a little hesitation, then kind of baits Lust into it here. Here's another look at it.
Just comes in and got the bump. And now he's got a chance. Lust will come out. That's the first team foul. First foul on him. Or excuse me, that's the third team foul.
Second foul on Lust.
Second on Lust, yeah.
Yep, you're good.
I'm trying to catch up here.
Hey, that offensive foul, sometimes you forget about it, right?
Yep. Tigges a chance to make it a 1-point game. Morano's out. Rebound pulled down by Inman. And now Northwest chance to take the lead with a 3, tie it with a 2. Luke Hart drives the lane, kicks out, three-pointer away, no good. Battle for it, back up, no good on the rebound by Davis, and Southeast Polk comes away with it.
Like the idea by Davis not to even bring it down there, almost gets the tip in to go back.
Goodman with it, pulls up three, good! Oh my Goodman.
That's a splash that you love to see if you're a Rams fan or a basketball fan in general.
Now Goodman goes to the defense. Outside Inman for three, no good. Slapped up off the backboard, picked up by Southeast Polk. And Schaefer drives in, stops, spins, looks, kicks it out for three, no good. Missed, but Schaefer right there to rebound it. And here comes Goodman. Bounce passes inside, down low. Now they try to throw it across and into the stands.
A little bit of an airmail there from, looked like Barton there on the, tried to go cross court, but man, Goodman, what a three that was from him. In the corner, just nothing but twine.
So Heitland and Poppenberg in for Northwest. And down low, back out top. Up on the wing, he'll drive in, takes it to the hole, up and good by Billick.
And we heard the Billick name early and often in the girls game too.
Yeah. And now Southeast Polk back in. On the drive is Smith. Gets it back outside. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Down the lane, up and good. Finds Goodman on the cut.
Just exchanging blows at this point are both the Rams and the Wolves.
Knocked away by Goodman. Schaefer down, puts it up. Oh, was just about had the and one. But I think that's going to go to Inman.
First team foul for Northwest, but that'll send Schaefer to the line. I got to mention, no relation.
There's this is Goodman bucket there. There's a free throw by Schaefer.
Luke Hart.
No good. And he'll get one more here. Second one rolls in and out, so misses both free throws there. And here comes Luke Hart. Over to Billick. Billick for three, no good. Rebound pulled down by Goodman. Up ahead quickly, Schaefer takes it to the hole and good. Oh, Southeast Polk pushing the ball and scoring off the transition.
Lead up to 7. What a find that was, and Schaefer with the beautiful finish.
No look pass inside. They kick it back outside. Down the lane, pull up, no good by Luke Hart. And coming up on a minute to play, Southeast Polk with the ball. Down the lane, back inside, spinning, and blocked. And a foul in the backcourt. Take a look here. Schaefer just right to the hole. So already 14 fouls, but it's 51 seconds to play in the quarter.
Sam Zelinovich, the offending party there.
And talking about your top wide receivers, there's a three-pointer off, no good. Rattles around in there. Picked up by Southeast Polk. Zelinovich there.
3-point difference between the shot clock and the game clock here.
And Goodman gets it over to Schaefer. They'll work it down as far as they can. Now Schaefer dribbles in, back, looks for some help, gets it on the wing, gets it back. 10 seconds. Schaefer down the lane, runner no good. Rebound pulled down by Northwest. Got some defense on him. Boom! Goodman picks it off. Down the lane and one!
Bodie Goodman just putting on a show in the first quarter here. That is his 9th point of the game and a chance to make it 10.
Just down the lane and drew the foul. Just a second team foul on Northwest, and that'll all reset again. And rattles in and out. And that'll do it for the quarter. 15-6. Southeast Polk over Northwest here after one. We'll be back with the second quarter after this on CISN.TV.
It's the DeArmond Automotive Knoxville 2024 kickoff event. Save big on our last 2023 Ram 1500 Laramie with up to $13,000 off MSRP. Up to $15,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Gladiators. Up to $7,500 off new 2024 Grand Cherokees. And new Jeep Renegades as low as $27,990. Save big this new year during our 2024 kickoff event at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville, Iowa. DeArmondAuto.com.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
See the huddle there. Bodie Goodman coming out. He had 9 points in that first quarter. That's the margin here right now for Southeast Polk over Waukee Northwest after one quarter. Dar Danielson, John Schaefer here on CISN. And Southeast Polk will get the ball to start the second half. And they've just been attacking on offense.
A lot of pace out of the Rams and look for more of it. Obviously, Goodman's had some good looks. And Schaefer's honestly been a pleasant surprise to start this one out, too, for the Rams.
Lust kicks it outside. Over to Goodman. On the wing, back inside. Turn around, no good. Rebound pulled down. Off the miss by Northwest. Spin inside, look, kicks it outside. And a double clutch up and in.
Nice move from Billick there.
He's got 4. Makes it 15-8. Goodman with it over to Schaefer. Schaefer leans left, drives right, tries to get it to Lust. It's poked away. Goodman coming down. No, it got him up too soon. And a good move by Heitland as he anticipated the attempted block by Goodman, got him off his feet.
Wondering if his dad's Coach Heitland over at DCG there.
Lust has it knocked away. Down under, up and good. So a quick run here by Northwest. And timeout Southeast Polk. 32nd timeout.
Great response to start the second quarter. That was Colin Rice underneath, the 6'7" sophomore. Here's another look at that feed, just fast break, lays it up and in, and Rice with his first bucket of the night, but really that's the right response from Northwest. Get out in space, take advantage of some defensive boards, and run.
And a quick 4-0 run to start the second quarter, cuts the lead down to 3. Timeout. And I think Coach Jenkins is going to tell his team to take better care of the basketball. They've been turned it over a couple times here to start the fourth quarter.
Don't blame him at all for that. Heitland getting in the mix, Billick in the mix, and so is Rice. Some youth coming to life here for that Waukee Northwest squad.
Oh, Schaefer inside. Back and in. Barton loses it. Now there's a scramble for it, and Waukee Northwest turns them over again. Down the floor. spin, back up and good! A finger roll.
Colin Rice.
Well, he made some substitutions off the bench, Waukee Northwest, and it's paying off here.
6'7" shouldn't move like that, Dar, but somehow he does. Nifty little spin move and finish.
And Goodman on the board here in the second quarter. Here's Waukee Northwest. Almost poked away. Looks at the three, puts up the three. Good! Billick took the three. And we're tied at 17-all.
Goodman puts up a ill-timed shot there, but man, what a response from the Wolves. Billick answers with 5, Colin Rice with 4. Here's another look at the Billick three.
Just squared up and got it off before the defender could get in his face. And
it's as pure as you'll find out there.
Tied up here. A 9-point lead.
Wolves outscoring Southeast Polk 11-2 in this quarter.
And lost the handle on it there, Hart. And now Southeast Polk will get it back. They came down and were just attacking, took that lead. And Waukee Northwest battling back. Barton with it, gets up top to Lust. Looks for Goodman cutting. They pick him up, he spins around, now passes late. Turnaround up, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Rice.
Barton's had some chances in the paint. You want to see him convert 1 or 2 here.
Back again, kicking it out for 3. Good! Maitland for 3, and the lead now. Northwest with the lead. By 3. Barton looks for the cutter, gets him, and then it's going to go off the hands. Coming back out. You see Coe's back in there. And Tigas back in. Inside out, works there for the 3. And they did all that with Tigas on the bench and Coe's on the bench. They come back in.
Yeah, the supporting cast doing a great job for Waukee Northwest there to get them back in this game and take the lead.
Lust all over Tigas. He finally gets rid of it. Billick fakes, shows the ball, goes up and gets the bucket. Billick now with 7 points here in the second quarter.
The athleticism of Waukee Northwest showing now, and they've taken it to Southeast Polk a couple times.
Pull up 3, Goodman no good. Rebound battle fought for and pulled down by Davis. Driving in, Coase. Back outside to Hart. Hart. 3 not there, now bounce pass inside. In a little right-handed hook, kisses off the glass for Davis. Getting the big man in the action now.
The post working, the range working, again, everything kind of working right now for the Wolves as they go up 7.
Well, it's a 9-point lead at the quarter break and now up by 7 Northwest. Pull up in the lane, no good. Well, Southeast Polk was hitting everything now. Can't get a bucket. Here's a 3, no good. Rattle for it, pulled down by Southeast Polk. Rex Smith. Oh, Goodman on the drive, and he'll draw the foul.
Goodman's been the lone spark for Southeast Polk tonight as the foul goes on Grant Tigas.
His first. Goodman goes to the line to shoot 2. Misses that one. 71% free throw shooter. We'll get one more. Now, if it were me, I'd say I screwed up my shoes and had 2 of different colors, but he...
It's a great style there.
Yeah, has 2 different colors, and when you're the leading scorer, you can do that.
A little flash to his game, a little flash to the wardrobe.
So, he's Logan's got all 3 of their points here in the second quarter. They lob it inside. Nice fake. Feed it underneath to Tigas. Gets the defender off his feet, puts it through.
Billick doing a great job to be patient there on the feed down low, lobs it up over the defender beautifully.
Goodman shot it. He was looking for the foul on that 3, and then it goes off of Northwest out of bounds.
Goodman not afraid to take any shot out there.
But they seem to adjust him a little bit now and making him work a little harder for it. And trying to get it into Goodman, and it's knocked away.
Nice shot by Luke Hart there to get the hand in. Here's another look at the feed down low from Billick. Saw the mismatch and takes advantage.
Southeast Polk gets it in. Schaefer stops at the elbow, kicks it out. Back outside. Hins. Smith gets it off. Back over to Hins. Schaefer. Plenty time yet on the shot clock. Long logo 3 is no good by Goodman. Tapped out there. Schaefer comes up with it. They get a fresh shot clock. Goodman between the legs. Trying to work it. Goes in off balance and he gets it to go.
Can't contain that young man. He is too strong on that move. Woo.
Foul on Luke Hart. Let's see it here again. Just the contortion at the end. And now we'll go to the free throw here. And just had a little trouble with the free throws tonight.
Converts there, and we got ourselves a 5-point game. Instead, it's 6.
Just 1 of 4 from the line. Here's Tigas. Finds a man, Billick over there. Now underneath, good look, fakes everybody. Nope, they're going to say fouled him before he went up, Landon Davis.
Southeast Polk in the zone here, and Waukee Northwest moving the ball well.
Foul is on Rex Smith, his first, team's first. And they'll be inbound under the basket since they said, got him on the floor before he went up with the shot. Well, they lob it into him. Throws it back outside, Heitland. Looking for somebody. Finds Hart. Now for 3. That one's off, and he goes up, pulls it down. Does Davis. And using that size advantage there.
Great offensive board. Decides not to put it back on the ground. Just pivot and up and to the window. Really smart play by Davis.
Under a minute to play. 8-point lead for Northwest. Goodman pull-up 3 is off, no good. Knocked away, rolling down and picking it up is Rex Smith.
Great hustle by Smith, kicks it back out and gives his team another chance.
Schaefer goes baseline, kicks it back out. Blocked away by Davis. Long 3, no good.
Davis with a great sequence at both ends of the floor, offensive board and put back, then defensively gets the stuff down low.
Just a small differential between the shot and the game clock here, so Waukee Northwest will likely run it down as far as they can. Luke Hart out there against Goodman. Looks for a screen. Heitland. Back up top. Long 3. Banks it home! The bank is open at the buzzer!
What a hit by Hart at the horn. 31-20.
His only bucket, and he gives them an 11-point lead here at the half. Let's see this again. Pretty deep 3. Almost, yeah, logo 3. Banks it home. Doesn't matter. It counts either way. 31-20 here at the half. We'll take a break, come back and look at some of the first half scoring after this on CISN.TV.
It's the DeArmond Ford 2024 kickoff event. Start the new year off right and a new F-150 XLT with up to $11,000 off MSRP. Plus 3.9% for 66 months. New Explorers with $1,750 rebate plus 1.9% for 66 months. New Edges with 0.9% APR for 66 months plus $1,000 rebate. And new Escapes with 1.9% for 66 months. Save big during our 2024 kickoff event at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Hey, you two, we all want to be winners, right? The winning drive comes from choosing unleaded 88, a cleaner burning fuel made from corn. That way, we all win. Now give me some wings. That's the winning drive. Now let's go get some tailgating snacks.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V-Plow and Impact Straight Blade. With the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
We're here at halftime. The Southeast Polk Pep Band playing it away, and Waukee Northwest 31-20 here, and they did a flip as Southeast Polk led 15-6, but then Northwest outscored Southeast Polk 15-5 in the second quarter. That makes it a 31-20 halftime lead. Darn Danielson here along with John Schaefer. 14 for Bodie Goodman, 4 for A.J. Schaefer, and 2 for Grady Norris, the scoring for Southeast Polk. Pretty balanced for Waukee Northwest. 9 for Sandro Billick, 6 for Tigas, 3 for Hart, 5 for Heitland, 4 for Davis, and 4 for Colin Rice off the bench. And he really gave him a big boost there off the bench defensively and offensively.
Yeah,
in that ball game.
Absolutely. The sophomore, 6'7". They list him as a guard. There's no way he's a guard. He's a forward, but he's done it. He did a really nice job at both ends of the floor. Presence in the paint. And Sandro Billick, I mean, the three was huge for them, and obviously the bank in at the end of the half by Luke Hart. But typically it's Tigas and Hart that are the go-to guys. But if Northwest has a supporting cast doing what they're doing tonight, they're not going to lose many basketball games this season.
Yeah, because you get Tigas with just 6. He had 4 of those in the first quarter, but then everybody else is getting in on the scoring action here, and it's 31-20.
25 points in the second quarter there.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah, and then, they were down by 9 after the first quarter, and it looked like Southeast Polk really had it going, but Goodman, they kind of shut him down. He had 9 in that first quarter, but then I don't know if he's forced him or just missing a few more, but they were identifying him a little better, but he didn't quite score at the clip he did in the first quarter.
Felt like they were really doing a good job taking away the drive from him. We saw him get a couple of whirly-bird buckets there in the first quarter. They took that away from him. He forced him to take some bad threes. We saw a logo 3. Now, he's still a, 40% shooter from beyond the arc or something like that. So he's a guy that's going to get
He's what they call the volume shooter. He'll put it up, which is good. I mean, you got to keep shooting.
Absolutely, but he needs some help, too. When you only have three players scoring so far in this game, and 14 of your 20 points have come out of one man's hand, that's tough.
All right, halftime, 31-20. We'll take a break, come back here, and be ready for the second half coming up on CISN.TV.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car is on injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible, so bring it here to Westside Auto. I have the team of experts that can fix every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a broken part, or if your car just got its bell rung. We'll do a complete physical to make sure your car is game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get you back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging out there. Move it, move it, move it.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
It's the Diamond Automotive Knoxville 2024 kickoff event. Get up to $8,000 off MSRP on new Sierra 1500s. Up to $8,000 off MSRP on new Silverado 1500 LTZ. Up to $7,000 off MSRP on new Silverado 1500 Turbo Max. And new 2024 Equinoxes starting at $26,490. Save big this new year during our 2024 kickoff event at Diamond Automotive Knoxville, Iowa. DiamondAuto.com.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western. More jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if this year is anything like last year, folks are going to be coming in early to get things for their houses. What you need is a high-efficient gas insert from Heat & Glow. Come in now and beat the rush, and Heat & Glow will help you out with some special promotions on gas inserts. We'll be doing up to $200 off on our gas metal inserts to retrofit into your drafty old wood fireplace. Come early, beat the rush. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Hey, you two, we all want to be winners, right? The winning drive comes from choosing unleaded 88, a cleaner burning fuel made from corn. That way, we all win. Now give me some weight. That's the winning drive. Now let's go get some tailgating snacks.
Back here at Southeast Polk High School, halftime. Teams winding down the warm-ups for the second half. And Waukee Northwest used a 15-5 run in that second quarter to build a 31-point lead. Dar Danielson, John Schaefer with you here as we get ready. What's the coaching talk in the halftime for Southeast Polk here?
Well, I think if you're Alan Jenkins, you get back to what you did in that first quarter, slow things down a little bit, and really you got to lock in defensively and not allow the easy buckets down low. We saw too many Northwest buckets getting into the paint. A little too simple. You got to start winning on boards.
And they let them. They kind of put their head down and let them get a few turnovers there too. And for Northwest, just, keep spreading the ball around, I guess. Everybody's been getting in the action.
Use that length to your advantage. Like we said, I mean, you look at Colin Rice, who's 6'7". Landon Davis was in there at 6'7" as well. Both those guys had some crucial buckets. So
looks like starters will start it out here as Waukee Northwest with the ball to start it. They get into Davis now, back outside. Inman. Heitman drives in, stops, kicks it for three. Good, rattles home.
Picks up where he left the first half there.
Yeah.
No bank needed this time around.
Yeah, he got the buzzer beater and gets the buzzer opener here in the second half. Down low on the block. Backs in, turns, and blocked away by Davis. Using the size there. Gets in, bounce over, three, good! Back-to-back threes, Tigas with that one, and it quickly builds the lead up to 17. And a full timeout. We'll take a break here on CISN.TV.
The DeArmond Ford 2024 kickoff event. Start the new year off right and a new F-150 XLT with up to $11,000 off MSRP. Plus 3.9% for 66 months. New Explorers with $1,750 rebate plus 1.9% for 66 months. New Edges with 0.9% APR for 66 months plus $1,000 rebate. And new Escapes with 1.9% for 66 months. Save big during our 2024 kickoff event at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Two quick threes by Waukee Northwest. You see the coach talking to him there. Here's one of them as they just kick it over to the side for Tigas, and he hits it. And a quick timeout as Southeast Polk drops down, falls to 17 points behind.
Those two guys get hot, and it could be a very, very long night for Southeast Polk, obviously. Those two are their go-to scorers for the Wolves.
Yeah, Luke Hart hit the one at the buzzer to end the half, and then hits the one to start the half, and then Tigas hits one. So here's Southeast Polk looking for their first points. Second half, get it to Goodman. He drives in, picked up over there by Inman. And knocked away. Here's Tigas down against Lust. Stops, leaves it short. And Schaefer pulls it down, and then, wow, they get Coase got away with it. I thought
could have been a
he had
travel.
Shielded. Yeah, could have been a travel, could also been a foul. But it goes to Southeast Polk on the held ball.
Nice job by Lust there, too, not to foul Tigas on the way up, just make his presence known.
Yeah, and I think I said it was Heitland earlier. That's Coase, 11, not 21. And now here's Southeast Polk on the drive. Goodman up and has it blocked. And three defenders converge on him.
They're not going to give him an easy bucket here, Dar.
He can contort, but I don't know if he can contort 2-3 of them to get the ball off the glass.
Really nice defense by the Wolves here, and they've really taken away the drive.
Now they throw it out to Goodman. Over to Schaefer. He tries to cross over, loses the handle. Now back around, backdoor cut, but picked off. Good anticipation by Northwest.
Inman there with the read.
Coase, a little tough as Tigas was coming in hard and bounced it a little short to him. Good idea, but a little too close for that pass.
Where this game has changed, though, is the defensive end of the floor for Waukee Northwest. They're getting hands in lanes, taking away back cuts. Really nice job by Inman on that last play. Just can't convert it on the offensive end.
Yeah, that first quarter, they just had a little trouble identifying everybody, and now they're identifying Goodman. There he is. He lobs it in. Now up into Lust. Lust down the lane, tries to wrap around to Goodman. He gets it. Now he pulls up, and one! Goodman with the three, and the free throw coming.
Just when you think that Southeast Polk might be down and out, don't count out Bodie Goodman. He chucks up the three, another look at it, draws the and one.
Yep, crossover there.
Coming your way if he hits this.
Gets fouled by Inman. And that's point number 18 for him. And the first points here, the 4-point play, cuts it to 13.
He's still going to need some help, though. You're down 13. It can't be all one guy for Southeast Polk.
Yeah, he's got 17 of the 24 here, so got to have somebody else pick up the scoring a little bit. Luke Hart, bounce pass inside. Davis, they get it back out. Oh, nice look under the basket. Tigges.
Great find. Tigges just sitting there unaccounted for, and that's one guy you don't want to miss in your defensive coverages. Ooh.
And a blocking foul called against Schaefer.
It's going to be on Coase there.
Yeah. Coase with his second team foul here. And Southeast Polk will throw it to Schaefer in the backcourt. 3 minutes into the second half. Goes up no good, and that's kind of the off-balance, kind of throw it up shots we've seen now out of Southeast Polk. Down the lane, up, and one. Nope, they're going to call offensive.
They call the charge there. That's the right call. Feet were planted.
Luke
Tough
Hart.
one.
I'll wipe away the basket. As you see, comes down, and Goodman sets in there and takes the charge. Up top, they rotate it over to Lust. He looks for the cutter through. Now gets it to Goodman. Goodman down the lane. Oh, nice look across the lane. Can't get the shot, though. 16 on the shot clock. Into Lust, and he somehow reeled that in. And he gets his first points here of the ball game.
Nice job working it down low. I know that Jackson Barton struggled a little bit in the paint to put up shots, but needs to keep with it. Nice job by Lust, though.
Now down, back to Davis, back over, fakes, three, no good. The miss by Luke Hart. Rebound on the other side by Northwest. Hart gets it back, he'll try it again, and in and out. Run down by Schaefer, gets it to Goodman.
13-point game here. Southeast Polk trying to settle things down a bit, doing a nice job.
Goodman shakes and bakes and has it partially blocked, I think. It came up short. Here's Hart. Kicks it out to Tigges. He'll pull up. The big man outside, and then he walked with it. Landon Davis, a sophomore.
You want to see Goodman attack, but you want to see him attack under control, and he hasn't been under control much tonight when he has gone to the rim.
So some substitutions again. You see Billick back in there for Northwest. Also Colin Rice back in. They came in and gave him a big boost in that second quarter.
Absolutely.
Now leading by 13. Here's a three, no good. Rebound comes off to Billick. Off the miss by Smith, who's back in there for Southeast Polk. Back cut, couldn't find him. Now take it away. Goodman comes down, looked into Schaefer, spins, takes it to the hole. Rebound comes off to Rice. Down low, finds him underneath, up and good. Inman gets the bucket. Somehow got it through there. He's looking for the foul.
Goodman on the offensive end is driving. He's drawn some contact, just can't get a call to go his way, but that's a big three for him there.
It's another three.
Just
21 points.
Just when you start talking about him, he wants to chime in with his own input.
Yeah. Down to 12. Inman down the lane, leaves it off, no good. Slap back, Rice to Inman. They kick it back outside. And foul on Goodman, I think, a quick reach. It'll be the second team foul on Southeast Polk here in the quarter. 2:24 to play in the quarter. And again, a reset.
I think that's just their first foul, shockingly.
Is that their first?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're good.
Okay.
Not your fault, Dar.
Well, I looked up at the board and it said one. They got it up there quick. I thought it was, okay.
Just Goodman's second, though, so you're right.
Okay. High screen, shoots the three, is good. Heitland gets into it. His second three, he's got 8. And the lead up to 44. Back to Goodman. Inman on him. Steps through and has it blocked, but they're going to call the foul. Inman thought he got it clean.
His third. Team's fourth. So
they could be shooting here with 1:52 to go on the next foul.
another look at the Heitland three here, and pure is the best way to put that one.
Well, here's Goodman back to the line. He's zeroed in on the free throw range, had a little trouble with it in the first half. 22 now of the 30 points. Second one is good, so he's 3 of 3 here in the second half on free throws. 3 free throws, 2 threes, and it's still a 13-point game. Schaefer will come out, and back in is Zeb Hintz. As Northwest comes up. Inman drives, gets it blocked. Scramble for it, picked up. Now they rotate it back around Inman. Spins, kicks it out. 3, no good. Hand fighting underneath there. And Southeast Polk comes away with a Lust down the lane, offensive foul.
Really nice job getting those feet set. I think that was Austin Pappenberg there getting the feet down and drawing that foul.
Third foul on Lust. Up high, Pappenberg gets it off. Pressure over to Rice. Back up top to Inman. Inman dribbles in, looks for the cutter, and travel with it. Shot clock was winding down. They were trying to work it.
It's a nice cut by Rice there on it. A good feed, just couldn't quite get it all the way to the rim. And 13-point game as final seconds wind down here in the third.
Goodman for 3. Almost got the rattle and roll, but it goes out. Lust battling down there. And it'll go back to Northwest. Frustration for Southeast Polk now. Looked so easy in that first quarter, and then Waukee Northwest just woke up here. And
well, don't forget what we saw in the girls'
yeah,
game.
Well,
tonight,
I'd say, I'm not gonna
game.
write it off. It was 15 points in that game in the third, and
whittled down to 4 at one point.
Polk had it down to 4. There's a little runner by Rice. His first points in the second half. He's got 6.
Nice lefty finish there for him inside.
Here comes Goodman. They play for a final shot here.
The razzle dazzle.
Back over. Throws it up and gets fouled again.
He's going to shoot 3 here.
He had 1 4-point play already, and this time he'll shoot 3.
It's one of those where I like the idea from Waukee Northwest, but you got to foul a little bit sooner.
Yeah, and you kind of bailed him out there. You're right. So.
Then again, I guess they were in the double bonus regardless. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. So
Maybe not the wisest play, but lead to 14 still.
But he gets an extra free throw since he was behind the arc.
Yeah.
Gets that one. And
he was putting the shot up and he got fouled, which is just wild. It's almost Caitlin Clark-esque.
Yeah. So he'd get 1 more here. 6 of 6 free throws in the quarter, 2 threes for 12 points in the quarter, 26 overall. At the buzzer, oh, he almost got a banker again at the buzzer. So we'll go to the fourth quarter, 46-34. Northwest leading Southeast Polk here on CISN.TV.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
We'll go to the fourth quarter. Will we see a comeback like we saw in the girls' game? Who knows? It was a 15-point deficit there, and Southeast Polk came back, cut it to 4, ran out of time. Now 12 points here in this one.
Bodie Goodman with 12 points in the third quarter, and Southeast Polk's going to need someone else to come to life if they're going to get back in this one.
And knocked away by Goodman, but picked back up. Look underneath, Coase up and good.
His first bucket of the night, and stretches it back to a 14-point lead.
It looked like they had something good going, but then Northwest comes right back. Looking for West cutting down the lane, not there. Now poked away. 15 on the shot clock. Good. Grady Norris gets his second bucket.
Need more of that if you're Southeast Polk.
Rice drives down, kicks out for 3. Tigas gets the roll out, almost had it. Rolled around the cylinder and off.
It's a great find of Tigas in the corner, and he's not going to miss many of those from that spot there.
Referee talking with Goodman about that. They're both kind of chuckling about how that rolled all the way. It looked like it was in and rolled all the way out. Back up top, Goodman. He spins, backs in, back up through, and draws the foul. He's either going to get a clear shot or draw the foul most of the time. That, again, against the triple team.
Colin Rice on the foul there, and it looks like Coach Brett Watson asking, why is that a shooting foul? His head's away from the hoop there, and he's trying to kick out, but they'll award him 2 more at the stripe.
And he made that motion laid up like he was shooting it, so.
Trying to cut it back to 10, and Goodman has been the heartbeat of this Southeast Polk team all night long.
Yep. That's 27 here. And make it 28. That's 8 of 8 free throws in the second half. We have a 10-point ball game. Here comes Northwest. Rice over to Coase. Oh, he tried to go inside, knocked away. Kept alive by Hart. Down the lane, runner by Tigas.
Just a calming hand is Tigas, if you notice him, the way he plays. He just can calm things down and settle down chaos in so many situations.
And they needed that bucket because you can't, we saw the same thing in the girls. You kind of sit back and, we got this lead, and all of a sudden it evaporated. Lust goes up, no good, and pulled down by Davis, and Waukee Northwest back the other way.
Double team up top, and Southeast Polk's going to need to pressure a little bit more.
Rice finds Davis. He gets the defenders up and then misses it. Had them both flying in the air and came up and then couldn't quite finish it. Goodman, Bodie Goodman, the junior, with it. Now Lust drives and he walked. Thought about it a second too long there before he.
Just a hair. As a fellow big man, I know how it feels. You start getting the motor going occasionally, and feet don't want to work with where the motor's going.
I think he was kind of looking out of the corner of his eye. Is Goodman there? Should I get it to him? And then decide, no, I'm going to drive. And then by that time, he'd shuffled the feet.
Got a great kicks match up there, too, with Luke Hart's Grinch Nikes.
That is just off by Tigas. Goodman with the rebound. Shake and bake by Schaefer. Now inside, spins back, kicks it out, and 3 seconds in the lane. Jackson Barton.
Getting some jars from the Southeast Polk faithful up there. Thought that 3 was a quick count, but nonetheless.
He went left, went right, went back left, and just could not shake the defender, and then, ended up with the 3 count. Rolled around Rice for 3, top of the key is good. He's now got 9.
It's a big bucket for Rice. Again, just creating some distance and lead back to 15 is crucial with Southeast Polk pressing.
Looked at the 3, now back out Goodman. Into Lust. He goes down the lane, draws a blocking foul.
It's the right call there. Tigas knew he wasn't quite set.
He's second on Tigas, second team foul here of the 4th quarter. Lust to the line with 2 points on the night. Gets that free throw.
You know, Dar, my opinion on vocal parents in the stands to the officials has always been, hey, if you want to make calls from up there, you might as well throw some stripes on and take the time to do it yourself.
Yeah, and the one thing about being a broadcaster is I've always been busy and not. It's hard though when you watch your kids' game. I know, but it's like let them call it. And
you know, shout out to the officials across the state. I know it's always a shortage and always need more. So if you're looking for it, you want to contribute and you got thoughts on it, give it a shot.
Oh, nice contortion and one by Luke Hart.
His first bucket of the 4th was a dandy, just dancing down Broadway.
Bodie Goodman-esque there as he spins in. Let's watch it here as he comes down the lane and spins around and gets it to go. He'll go to the free throw line.
Lust didn't want to commit there. And the and one goes. Rex Smith was the one that picked up that foul there on the and one.
And in and out, no good.
It's been a fun night getting back into the swing of things, Dara. Again, after all the cancellations last week, getting some basketball hoops going across the state. CISN, your spot for all the coverage.
And we got games Friday night. We have, I believe, a wrestling match on Thursday night.
I think we got 2 on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have Waukee versus Northwest.
Yep.
And then Johnston Dowling, I believe.
Yep. The rematch of the Waukee Northwest. Randy's showing me the lineup there. Yeah, Johnston and Dowling. Are you with me on that one on Friday?
I am not. I've got I've got the night off, I believe. I can double check. I didn't see any openings on that night. Love to be with you on that night, but we're gonna check. I think there's a little extracurriculars after the fact. 25 on the hold. That's gonna be Tigas.
So his third personal. That will be the third team foul as well.
Things getting a little chippy, a little bit more physical as this game distances itself.
Let's pass out, and there's an offensive foul. Man, that's got to be like the 3rd or 4th offensive foul tonight on Southeast Polk.
Yeah, Rex Smith just got downhill a little too quick. Really nice job, though, by the Wolves defender. I think that was Coast that drew it there. So nice job getting the feet planted.
Now, Northwest can take some time off the clock if they want. They throw it back into Tigas. He gets through traffic and finishes. He's at 15, right about his average. Average is about 16. That one is off. Tried to save it, and it's going to go out.
Good effort there from Grady Norris to try and keep that play alive. Now 3:03 left.
Hins and Zelenovic coming back. Valley beats Centennial 60-59.
It's a big win. Valley obviously coming off the loss to Northwest a couple nights ago. Centennial, a really good basketball team this year.
See Valley where they've looked real good, and then seen them when they haven't done so good. There's Tigas again. He draws a foul. Young team though. They won it last year. All those young players won the state title, and now back. Tigas will go to the line.
Well, I think if you talk to B.J. Windhorst, the Valley coach, he'd tell you they haven't been healthy all season long. They've been dealing with injuries, illnesses, all that kind of stuff. And when that team gets fully 100%, yeah, they're scary.
That was a little bit last year too. Everybody got going, and then they got on a run, and then people were kind of looking at the Waukee teams and kind of overlooked Valley a little bit, and they come out of there with the win.
Well, those Waukee teams had a lot of attention for good reason.
Yeah.
You got one of the top prospects in the country in Omaha Blue last year. The Sam Forge kid anyway, too. What was it, Peyton for Northwest? And
there's a three by Hins, is short. Tigas with the rebound. And a 20-point lead for Northwest with the ball. The dish off to Tigas, gets it back to Hart. Coes. Oh, nice look and good finish.
Colin Rice
to know where he was at there.
Little razzle-dazzle, lovely pass, better finish, and just an exclamation point on what's been a great night for Waukee Northwest.
There's a three by Goodman. It's hard sometimes on the baseline to know exactly where you're at when you're spinning around, and he got it. Now Davis with the dunk! Exclamation point. Landon Davis.
Let's get a replay on that one. He baits the defender. Just a half here, not a full.
Second timeout, yep.
See if Randy's dialing one up for us, but man, this is a thing of beauty. Just look at him, just little roll and
just boom with the right hand.
Night. Landon.
And that off the spin by Rice was a beautiful play too for the big guy, and then you come right back and get the dunk. And
the Bigs having some fun tonight for Waukee Northwest, up 21 now. And
yeah, and you saw the Southeast Polk huddle there. Alan Jenkins trying to do some late game stuff, trying to, you're down, but you still gotta go. And the story again, like it's been all season, is trying to find some extra scoring to help out with Bodie Goodman.
Absolutely. Goodman's really been the lifeblood in the second half, too. Only 4 points coming outside of Bodie Goodman. And he's been great. Supporting cast just hasn't been there.
32 points.
And it looks like Brett Watson's going to do a wholesale change next whistle here and give his starters and these guys a chance for a little round of applause. Get some minutes for some young guys here.
31 points for.
I don't have enough room on my score sheet.
I know, I was
guys
running out
right now.
Yeah, I was running out too. Okay. Dylan Achenbach. There's a three.
Hayden McEnroe spots up and drops one in.
Are you serious? Some people will get that reference, McEnroe.
Can't be serious.
Up top, kick out. Under a minute to play now. Waukee Northwest is going to go one above 500. There's a steal. And down Norris with the bucket. is blocked. In the final 30 seconds here. Schaefer drives, kicks it out for three, no good. And the rebound comes off to Waukee Northwest. That is Ty Sanders. And they're just going to let it wind down here. It'll be a 45-67 win for Waukee Northwest. Take a final break, come back and run down the scoring and wrap this one up here after this on CISN.TV.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Back here at Southeast Polk, the final 67-45. Waukee Northwest over Southeast Polk. We'll run down the scoring first for Northwest. 17 for Grant Tigas, 11 for Sandro Billick, 9 for Luke Hart, 8 for Mac Heitman, 3 for Andrew Coase, 6 for Landon Davis, 2 for Maverick Inman, 2 for Caden McEnroe, 11 for Colin Rice off the bench. For Southeast Polk, 31 for Bodie Goodman, 6 for Grady Norris, 4 for Trey Lust, and 4 for A.J. Schaefer. It was 15-6. Southeast Polk led after 1, but then 31-20 at the half, 46-34 after 3, and 67-45 the final. So they came out early, Southeast Polk, and got a big first quarter 9 from Bodie Goodman, but again, the scoring just didn't help support him in that, and he gets 31 of their 45 points. You got to have a little more than that, a little more help.
Yeah, absolutely. And for Waukee Northwest, they exposed the size differential all night, really worked down low nicely, and you get some big buckets from your supporting cast, especially in that second quarter. You know, you look across the board there, and Sandro Billick getting 11 points tonight, probably a little bit unexpected for a young man like that.
Colin Rice
with 11,
Rice
sorry.
And then Billick had 11 too, but so you get some good guys. And they kind of came off the bench in that second quarter and kind of sparked it a little bit, got the run going.
Absolutely, and then locking down on defense, I think, was the big thing, too, for Northwest, really marking up Goodman and making life difficult.
So Northwest will go to 7-6. Southeast Polk falls to 4-8 on the season. Pleasure doing the game with you tonight. Dart Danielson, John Schaefer, Randy's been at the controls, and again, look on our social media. We'll see what we have. We have wrestling and basketball all coming up yet this week. Barring any further, hopefully. It was supposed to warm up a little bit, so.
Busy schedule, that's right. Friday night.
Waukee Northwest, and then Johnston and Dowling. And so that's all coming up for you, too. And as always, check the social media and see. And we appreciate you watching us here tonight. That'll wrap it up from Southeast Polk here on CISN.TV.